Hi.
And we are live.
We
Episode
are
70 of Black Series Cantina. Live to everybody, not just Patreon
Everybody.
members. Which is a great way to
you guys
celebrate.
Made it. You made
a great
it.
way to celebrate May the 3rd.
Happy May the 3rd be with you.
Are you happy they did the stream on a Friday rather than Saturday on the 4th?
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think we could have had fun if we were on the 4th. Like, we would have done a live stream during the live stream. We would have live streamed the live stream, and it would have made a whole day event. But since everyone was working, it just made those choices for us, you know?
Yeah. I saw
So we're
Lucas
here.
was doing a live watch party. That was cool.
I saw that too. But
It's cool to see people.
I don't know. People over the age of 12 have jobs, so I'm just kidding. Lukeness is a buddy. Lukeness is a friend.
Friend of the show. Friend of the show.
It's one of those things you tease your friends. For people I don't like, I just don't talk to them. Like,
Yeah, if I'm not teasing you, I'm not really your friend.
exactly.
Like that's like
exactly.
the if I'm poking jokes at you, that means we're close.
Yeah. We're close. Yeah. We're friends, or at least I consider it. You might not consider it, but I do.
Yeah, you're still at that co-host level.
Yeah,
like we're coworkers. We kind of mutually
professional.
You know.
Yeah, I'm not invited to your birthday party, but like
no,
we'll hang out at a work function.
Maybe if you weren't all the way across the country, you would be invited.
True,
but
no, it's true. Well, you know, that's the banter portion of our show, everyone. That's how we always start. For those of us joining, we usually do a Patreon-only intro, but this time we opened it to literally anybody and their grandmother, especially their grandmother. I want to see a bunch of grannies in chat right now.
Yeah. They'd probably like the figures we got to talk about for sure.
They probably would. I know I would if I were a
very attractive old man figure to talk about later on.
That's true.
What
a hunk.
Yeah. Which is a good-looking boy right there. That's a good-looking man for sure.
There's a bunch of good-looking stuff that we got to talk. We have a lot to talk about today, so I don't want to go too crazy, but as we always start, because we haven't monetized our channel, we always start by A, thanking our Patreon supporters, who are usually the only people here, and then B, letting people who are listening that aren't Patreon supporters know that you can support us on Patreon, because we don't advertise. We have been approaced to put ads and whatnot, and we just don't want to do it right now. Yeah.
We always get emails to put ads on the podcast,
but
nope, the podcast will stay ad-free.
Correct.
So we just cannot appreciate our Patreon members enough. So as long as Patreon's doing good, I guess we'll stay ad free on the
Yep.
podcast. Because I think that comes from me listening to podcasts, and
Yes.
it's so annoying whenever the first 2.5 minutes, and whenever your hands free, like you're in the shower and you got a podcast on, and you can't touch your phone to fast forward it.
Nope.
And it's like that's a good portion of your shower gone to ads.
Yeah.
So this podcast will stay ad free.
Yeah, if you're hanging out with us and you like this, consider it. Consider joining. It goes towards, the costs of doing a podcast, which weirdly enough is not free to do. And special shout out to our VIP squad and very especially Wilbon, who's our most superest repaint VIP.
The deluxe VIP at this point. He has his own VIP. Show.
Yeah.
So if you're a Patreon member, we're bringing you even more content. Me and Mike did a show with Wilbon. We'll be doing one of those a month now that he's our deluxe VIP member. So if you need something to listen to, go check that out. But also, at the top of the show, I did want to talk about our Facebook group. If you're on Facebook and you don't really like any of those other Facebook groups because they're annoying and they're full of nothing but complainers, join the Black Series Cantina Facebook group. It's a really great community. So if you have one and want to join, we would really appreciate it.
There's no complaining in it. In fact, we don't even complain about complainers. There's just zero complaining.
Yeah, it's a really good group. It's a really good group.
It's a pretty good. Yeah, it's a good group.
But also we have merch, and I know Mike, you have a piece of our merch that you want to really talk about and show off.
I forgot. Well, my regular shirt is in the laundry, so I'm like, I want to wear something that's our podcast, and I realized, oh yeah, I got a hoodie. This is our new hoodie. Zach's got our 1.0 hoodie. This is our
I got the original. Yeah,
he got the OG.
The 2.0 is
not available anymore. Yeah, 2.0 is way better, and the material's better if I might say so.
This also
it's a cozy one.
This I ordered a medium. I'm pretty sure it's a small because the sleeves are so short, but I wear it down here anyways on the show.
Like what's the arm equivalent of high rise pants where you have that gap between your socks and when your pants stop?
Like the joggers that like squeeze your ankles tight.
Oh,
that's kind of like what these are.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they're just too short, so I don't really wear this hoodie outside the house other than on the podcast because it doesn't fit me right. So I'm hoping when I get the new one that it has a good fit to it. So we shall see. We shall see.
Cool. Well, I think that's all the boring stuff we have to get through. We have, like I said, a lot of content towards you. At you?
That is true. Well, didn't you want to show off
the I'm putting it off. I don't want to do it.
You have to do it. All right. So for the people listening, we are going to force Mike to drink the blue milk that just came out. He hates milk, according to him. He does not like milk. I tried to find it. I couldn't find it, so I'm jealous of you. Do it straight from the jug. Just go straight from the jug.
So like on Monday or like was it Saturday, Sunday, something like that. Zach's like, we should do blue milk for our May the 4th stream. And I was like, I hate milk, but that's a good idea because it would be good. It would be funny to make me drink milk, but you have to do it too. And he's like, yeah, I'll find it. Nope. Just me. Just my case.
My one Target that I went to didn't have it.
There's the problem with being in Southern California. I'm not filling this whole thing up. Which, by the way,
you got to do the whole glass in one gulp.
I'm not filling. I'm a waste of milk. But honestly, I'm gonna throw it away if I don't like it. I don't think my wife will drink it. Maybe she'll drink it in her coffee because it's basically vanilla creamer. I'll mail it. I'll mail you a cup at a time. But I am drinking it in our pint glass, our Black Series Cantina pint glass. Product placement. So
here we go.
What's it smell like? What's it smell like? It just smells like milk. I don't think the color blue smells like anything.
Be sure you get close to the mic. I want ASMR gulps.
You want? Okay, so
for the audio listening,
we're gonna be drinking some milk. All right. I don't want to do this.
You can tell he doesn't want to do it.
I don't want to do this.
Look, just think about Luke sucking that teat in Last Jedi. You just got to go for it. That was too small of a sip. What do you think? Initial thoughts of the True Moo blue milk?
It tastes like a melted McDonald's milkshake.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
No, it's actually really good.
Oh, so he loves it. He likes it. Look, he's pouring more. You're gonna top that thing up. You drink
Oh
all
my
podcast.
God. This is gonna be awful because I am lactose intolerant also. So like an hour from now, I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom, and you guys are not
Oh my
gonna
God,
enjoy
this
that.
is the biggest
I'll bring a mic
podcast
with
we
me.
have of the year.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna need an
God.
emergency person to join me. Will Bond be on standby? Somebody be on
So I'm gonna
standby
be
in case Mike has
maybe
to
I.
leave.
So I usually I have my Rockstar. I always drink. I don't know if you guys ever watch us, but I always have a Rockstar because I need caffeine. It's the end of right after work. I need something to pick me up. But I'm thinking like maybe I mix them. Maybe I have a little fruit punch. No, I'm not gonna do that.
You got to
I'm not
mix
gonna-
in.
Hold on.
What are you doing? This is wild. He's going crazy right now.
That was good too. Is something wrong with me? Am I
think so.
broken? Am I broken as a person? Please
Please
tell me, Zach. Am I broken as a person?
It seems like it. If you're doing Monster
gonna-
energy drinks
I'm
with
gonna
or
start
whatever energy
crying.
drink that was with,
I'm
the blue
gonna
milk,
start crying. Are my taste buds broken? Am I still a person? How much sugar is in this? Let's see. Total sugar is 23 grams, baby. And 23%, 12% is added sugar. It's not even natural sugar. It's added sugar. So,
and a lot of food dye.
oh my God, so much food dye. That's
Blue
the best
40.
part.
A lot
That's
of
how
blue
you know
40
it's
in
good.
there.
That's how you know it's good. The blue.
The blue 40.
So
food
apparently in
dye.
the movie, the milk they used was like shelf stable milk, so it was awful. And Luke hated, or Mark Hamill hated it. At Disneyland, it's not even milk. It's like a weird frozen daiquiri type treat. It's weird.
I was gonna ask, what's that alcohol that's kind of like a milk, like a coffee milk type?
Kahlua or Bailey's?
Bailey's. You got to mix that in it. Maybe
You ever
that'll make
drink
it
Bailey's
good.
from a shoe? I don't have any Bailey's. Well, like old Greg.
Put some
to you?
rum in it, rum and milk or something. Isn't that a thing? Maybe it's not a thing.
Pletho
Sure,
says
somewhere.
that Luke hated the blue milk like as a character too. So it's canon hating blue milk. But I actually love it. It literally is like if you go to McDonald's and get a vanilla milkshake and just let it melt until it's just not frozen at all. That's what this tastes like.
So you like it? You do like it though.
I do. I could put some booze in this. What booze could I put in this? What booze goes in milk?
Maybe a
vodka?
rum. I feel like anything but
A rum?
a rum. It'd have to be a rum, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Luke does love the green milk though. Out of that,
Okay.
straight from the teat too.
The teat.
All right, so I think it's time to jump into.
I hope that's good podcasting. I know the people watching might enjoy it. The people listening are just listening to me gulp down milk. Like, is that
Probably.
good podcasting?
Well,
Are we
that encourages
podcasting
them to
okay?
join us live next time. We
Maybe.
go live for everybody.
Yeah.
So let's jump into fine additions. So
Sure.
I don't have a whole lot, so I'll go first. I don't know what your situation's looking like.
I got two things. It'll be fast.
All right, yeah, I'll just go ahead and go since I'm big. I got little Annie, the new Anakin I've always been wanting. I finally got him.
I
forgot
got
to
mine
turn my
last
light
week, right?
on.
Mine was on the last episode?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Because mine, I got it the day after the last we recorded.
Right,
last, so.
right.
And then, so he's just a little. I like him, but you know, a little bit more of a wash would have been good. Especially like I understand if they didn't do the torso and all that, like sure, but on the boots, like the wraps,
Yeah,
here, a little
he
bit of
should have
brown
had
dry
something
brushing
more on
or
the boots.
something.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Like at minimum. And then I picked up the Pike Soldier, long overdue. Never pre-ordered it. Was gonna wait until I found it, and then this is actually kind of a little bit difficult to find on secondary market. It's getting a little tough, so I saw it at a local comic shop for $25 and picked it up, or $27, excuse me. And then I also picked up the Fleet Commander for $27, and I had a $25 off reward at this comic shop, so I got both of those for $29, which was pretty sick.
You got all those fleets you got to command. That's what it's for.
Exactly. And I don't really like how loose his helmet is.
No,
I know
the
that's
helmet
been an
sucks.
issue. The helmet
Yeah,
sucks.
the helmet sucks.
But the look of him, he is really cool. He's a really
It
cool
just sucks
Mandalorian.
he doesn't have a holster.
A
either.
holster. Yeah, where's the holster? Like, what is
He needs
you
a
can't have
holster.
a blaster and no holster.
It's so weird. He just carries around
Maybe-
his blaster.
Maybe he doesn't even have a blaster in the show. He's just a fleet commander, so he's not actually in the battles. He just commands fleet.
He just sits
from
in the chair.
Deck.
He just
From the
commands the
flight
fleets.
deck. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he just he's like, no, I carry this around. I'm always ready. Like he goes to sleep and puts the blaster under his pillow. Then he wakes up. He gives it a kiss.
Yeah.
He just carries it around.
Yeah, he loves that Second Amendment. And then, thanks to you, Mike, I now have a Kenobi Darth Vader for this.
Oh
3D,
yeah, you're welcome.
This 3D printed Vader's throne.
Oh, did you paint that, or is that how it printed out?
It printed out like this.
Oh man, that's sleek.
Yeah, look how shiny the top is right here. I did the ironing and it's so smooth.
What filament did you use?
I used the bamboo filament because I also bought a Bamboo Lab P1P since the last podcast.
You picked up on what I was getting down.
Yeah, I caught your alley-oop and I slam dunked it. So the P1P is an absolute game changer. Like, printing on that thing, just for an example, this is a green one because I did a test print with the bamboo filament. These magic risers that Lance Luke designed, I was doing one of these in 24 hours on the Ender 3. It takes me 4.5 hours to go through one of them now.
That's nuts.
Insane. Like, I can't even describe like how amazing it is. It prints so smooth, so fast. It's absolutely game changing. You know, this took 5 hours today, and I made it a good weight. I didn't do I didn't make it as hollow as I normally would go on stuff. I wanted it to be nice and sturdy. Just for some reason, I felt like Vader's throne needed to be, and I wanted the top layers to look really good. So I wanted a nice infill to have good layers. And it turned out beautifully. It did get a little rough, like on the seat, but that's mostly covered by cape and all that. But the very top
he's sitting
surface,
on it.
Yeah. But the very top surface, I did the ironing, so it's just so smooth.
You
just printed so beautifully. Like, look, there's
heated up an iron?
any layer lines on that.
Oh no, it looks great. That's why I asked you if you painted it, because it looks so good.
I am gonna spray paint it with. I got the what's it called? The Rust-Oleum marble.
The marbling one. Yeah,
I'm gonna go like 15 inches away or something and try to, or a foot away.
Zooboy wants to know. Zooboy wants to know if that's a Landspeeder Luke file.
No, I actually bought this file. So that's crazy. I bought the file last night off a whim from Charvy's 3D, and then today it's printed. I actually bought the entire throne room, so I'm planning on doing a mega print where I have his throne, the little projector table that's in front of him, the two big giant like side things, and then he had like a wall also like that goes behind the throne. I'm planning on doing it. I would just need a lot more black filament than I have now for that, because I've been using so many black filament on those magic risers that I've been using.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, but yeah, the bamboo P1P, and I know Mike, you're sort of getting the itch.
I'm working myself and my wife up to me getting a 3D printer. I mean, cost is a barrier, sure, but my wife is a more different kind of barrier. So we'll see, but I'm working on getting the money together. It was weird because I dove into like a deep dive. When I look into like something new, like a 3D printer, I'm like, okay, what is everyone getting? And then I'm like, okay, is there anything maybe like a little bit better? And then I'm like, okay, what's a step above that? So it keeps like adding up. And I went and looking at that $600 printer, and now I'm like, yeah, but I kind of want the $1,200 one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I want it to be enclosed for some reason, and then I like the better camera because I'm thinking I could stream my prints. Like, there are people out there that watch dumb stuff. There are people out there on Twitch that watch people fall asleep playing video games. That's not entertaining.
Yeah, you could stream it on TikTok, Twitch,
that's what I was thinking.
YouTube. Yeah, that'd be
so
cool. Set up some lights.
That's my thought.
Wherever you have
yeah, that's my thought. You could just stream some prints, and it could be fun, and I could get some stuff.
Piercing Bullet 7 says he has the $1,200 one. Is that the X1
The
Carbon?
X1 Carbon, yeah. But it has like a 1080p camera in it, and some other things that just, I don't know, it seemed neater. So I want to be
for double the price, it better be.
Yeah, I know, right? I know, right? But I just feel like by the time because if you're getting the $700 one, and by the time you get the add-on kit for like the enclosure and stuff, you're at $1,000 anyway. What's another $200?
Yeah, see, I didn't care about all that. Luckily, I was just able to be like, all right, P1P, perfect.
Yeah, Pletho, the P1S is what I'm talking about. It's $950, and if I'm paying that much, why not just get the better,
do the extra,
better printer? It does it. The one thing about the P1S, it has the multicolor filament thing already on top, whereas the X1 doesn't. But I can always get that later. Like that's another add-on I can do. I'm just looking at the raw money I'm spending, so like why not?
Yeah.
But you guys, like between you and Luke and Nate and Justin
Nate's
and
got one
Wilbon, I'm like, I need a 3D. I can't be the only kid in school without a 3D printer.
Yeah, right. Everybody's
Everyone's
got
got
Zooboy.
one, yeah.
Zooboy's getting the P1P. I think I don't know if he made the purchase yet, but I think he's getting one pretty soon. Everybody's in on the game. It was crazy because I bought a P1P and then everybody there's like 4 people that are like, yeah, I'm buying.
Yeah,
this
you
now.
started the dominoes, like you knocked it over, and then everyone else is just taking the plunge.
Yeah, Luke was poking all of us, and then I was the first one to fall. And then now just everybody down the rows picking up their.
It's
P1P.
absolutely Lance Peter Luke is in chat, and he's saying he wished Bamboo had affiliate links, and that is a fact because he would be making bank from all of us. Oh yeah, and here's Ken Plume, friend of the show, Ken Plume. We all have 3D printers, Mike. Get on the train. I'm working on it.
I'll send you my Ender 3.
So I was going to ask about that. But Luke's like, it's not even worth it.
Honestly, I wouldn't even want to ship it to you because I feel like if I shipped that thing, it would arrive.
And fall apart, right? Yeah.
It'd fall apart, probably. Yeah. And I wouldn't even want to do that to you. You know, the hell that thing put me through. But at the same time, watching these people get their first printers, and it's going to be a Bamboo, I'm sitting there like, I went through fire and brimstone hell to earn the satisfaction of watching the P1P print. And all these...
Hey, you walked so they could run. You walked so they could run.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so...
We're just standing on the shoulders of giants, and you are one of those giants, Zach. Okay, so I do have some pickups. The 3D printer is like the opposite of a pickup. It's something I didn't get, but I'm working on it. The first thing I get is not Star Wars. But I only have 2 things, so let's be fast. This is my YOLO Park Optimus Prime. I have done a video on this if you want to. In fact, in the last 2 weeks, I have done 4 videos. A room tour video, reviews. If you're ever like, my case doesn't make content anymore, you're right, but you're also wrong now because I've been making a lot of content.
He's back.
I'm back, baby. Anyways, I love this guy. This is the best Optimus Prime I own, and it doesn't transform, and I like it despite that. So there's that. Anyways, that's that. And then the only Star Wars thing I've gotten in the last 2 weeks is little R460O here, and he's a colorful little bowl of Fruit Loops. I just friggin' love him so much. And again, I have done a review on him if you want to go see my full thoughts. But long story short, I mean, I'll buy any astromech. I don't care. I love astromechs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I never pre-ordered that one, but then kind of like you with all these Bamboo printers, seeing everybody get them and how they actually like the vibrant the color is in person, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna need that. So I ordered it last night.
Yep. I mean, he can just go anywhere. He doesn't have to go on your Mandalorian shelf. I have mine sitting next to on this lit shelf back here. I have mine right here next to Grief Karga, and but you don't have to because he can go in your Mos Eisley Cantina display, or you can go in your Jabba the Hutt, or just a random. He's just an astromech droid.
Mine's probably just gonna go on the A New Hope shelf or something.
Yeah, exactly. He looks like a droid that's just tooling around Mos Eisley. Doesn't have to be in the Cantina, but just like a Mos Eisley droid.
Yeah,
I could see it. I mean, yeah. So that's what I got. Those are my
also,
fine additions.
For the people watching and not listening, how are you liking those lights behind you that are recommended to you?
I love these lights behind me. So it was Justin randomly was like, I need lights, and Zach just linked lights, and I was like,
they're so awesome,
pretty good. Yeah. So
I love them because
ordered...
they're sleek. They're not super bulky. They're magnetic.
Yeah.
To the little sticky thing.
Yeah. So I ordered one, which is 2, and I put them on. I put them on here and there. So these 2 over here, and I'm like, I really like the way that looks. So I ordered I ordered 2 more after that, and I put them up, and I'm like, oh no! And I just kept ordering more, but I would only order 3 at a time because I was like $60, and that just felt like I wasn't really spending a lot of money. Because we all know like $100 is like one adult dollar at this point, right? Like, so anything under $100, I feel like I can spend without really like asking my wife. But I bought like 10 or 12.
Yeah, they're like
of them.
they're like 18. They're like 18 each pack, right?
Yeah, it's not that expensive, but it adds up when you want to light a bunch of shelves. But
hey, I appreciate it. You were using
lot.
my affiliate link on that, so
yeah. And then I've had people use my affiliate link because I started an affiliate thing when I did my room tour. So I want to get it on this. You guys,
for sure.
Click on my link, absolutely. But yeah, I kept using that, and I bought a bunch. So I'm glad I could help you out with that.
Yeah, we use those lights in our kitchen under our cabinets. Like, it makes it look really nice. And then our basement stairs, so that lights up.
Yeah, for sure.
So they're also useful around the house. I haven't had any like on the figure shelves yet. Maybe one day. I kind of want to do it for the 3D prints though, more than the figures. Honestly,
it would make those look
right now, anyways.
Like they pop. It make them look. It makes them look like more like showcases instead of just like a figure shelf. Like it elevates it to like an air of an actual display as opposed to just here's some toys I have on a shelf.
Yeah, and then I'm sure it probably brings out like some details on some figures too if you look close enough, since they're all lit up.
Yeah.
So we have to jump into our news section now that all that's out of the way. We have news. So a lot of stuff happened in between our last podcast, which everybody knows we record every other week. So Lance Peter Luke got the Droideka in, and he did a review, and some of the joints were a little loose. He said, maybe some Kiki Fix loose joint will help on that. But overall, it made me more excited to get the Droideka. Like I cannot wait to get that bad boy in hand.
I'll be honest, I didn't watch it because I don't watch reviews for toys I plan on reviewing but haven't gotten yet or done a review.
That's fair.
Yet.
That's fair.
But I was happy
Luke,
to
I want you to know I watched it.
Yeah.
I'm your friend, unlike Mike.
Whoa. No, you're right. Luke and I aren't friends. We're just workplace associates.
Yeah,
we're contemporaries,
just like
if you will. Yeah, we're contemporaries.
We're text group chat associates. But yeah, so
I
that
tipped
made
my
me more
hat to
excited
him when he passed my subscriber count, and much deserved. All go to Luke.
Well, he's coming for Dan Larson next.
I think they just hit like 400,000.
I know.
Friend of the show.
So Luke, great review on the Droideka. Really excited for that. Let's talk about some stuff Yakface posted. I want to make sure I share the right thing here. We have a lot of stuff.
Yakface, friend of the show.
Friend of the show, Yakface.
He's been on our show.
He has been on the show. Let's see. So he talked about, and if people listen to his episode on Blackseries's Cantina, they would know that Yakface talked about this on our podcast, that we are going to get some Season 3 Mandalorians in the Black Series, and this was just kind of him reconfirming that on his Instagram, which was nice to see. And then next we have...
Well, one of the things he said was, if Vintage Collection gets it, it's likely that Black Series will, at some point, get it as well. Not 100%, but likely.
Maybe hopefully like an Anakin that was revealed later. Which we'll
I don't know what you're talking
about. Hopefully I hit the right button here. There we go. So Rex. Yakface made a post about Captain Reeks. And the picture said, in my book, experience outranks everything, with a picture of Rex. And he said, could it be? So a lot of people instantly are thinking this is the Nerdzoic report. I'm guessing Captain Rex was on the Nerdzoic re-release report. Or
I believe he was.
This is a tease for an archive Rex, maybe an A-list. I'd rather have an A-list. Just put him in the new packaging. We don't need to bring archive packaging back. Of course, I would rather have a brand new 2023 Clone Trooper body Rex.
Oh yeah, that 3.0 Clone Trooper body would be fire with a Rex paint and accessories and whatnot. Absolutely.
Yeah, but if they want to re-release it, it's not the worst thing in the world. There's a lot. Of
I would love it if they released it because I wouldn't have to get it. I already own it. That's great. I would just be happy.
Yep.
I would be happy that people could finally get it and stop whining about it. which I get. Like I get, you don't have it. It's a popular character. Like I'm not saying don't whine about it. I'm just saying I'll be happy that people could get it. I'm trying to be positive.
What if they re-release the Bad Batch Rex?
That would be such a troll move if they did, because that's a terrible Rex. And you know what? I watched the video that Out of the Basement Boys did on that, and I agreed with absolutely every point. And if you don't agree with them,
figure in the group chat. Yep.
Absolutely. If you don't agree with them, you can't handle reality, is what it is.
That's heavy. That's heavy. But it is facts. That is an absolutely terrible figure. I never picked it up like for that reason. I saw it and I was like, I don't need it. It's inaccurate. He has a pauldron in the show. Why doesn't he have a pauldron? Etc. I have the.
Why does he have binoculars? So weird. Why isn't the back of his helmet painted?
Yeah, so weird. But Yakface did post this crossword puzzle, which is pretty interesting. And everyone knows I found a little AS, so I had to circle it and send it to the boys. It's like, oh, look what I found. This has to be what I'm thinking about. Everybody knows what the AS stands for.
So Yakface basically said, hey, there are going to be like 6 figures that are going to come out. They're just being re-released. They're, as far as I know, they're not new versions. They're just being re-released because they're popular. And if you want to go back on our Patreon, on our video we did with Wilbon on Wilbon's Cantina, I had a thing where I was having Zach and Wilbon guess like what the most expensive or most valuable figures in the line are. And all of these figures were on that list. So they're clearly kind of doing the same thing where they're seeing what's valuable on the aftermarket and thinking like, let's re-release those.
Yeah. And I'm all for it. Like, of course I would like new versions of some of these, but like Fox specifically.
So
Rex,
for the people, obviously they can't.
Not 000, but the other one.
For the people that can't see and if you haven't seen the crossword puzzle, on here we've got Plo Koon, we've got Crosshair, we've got Fox, we've got Dr. Aphra, and that's the original one. We've got Hunter, we've got 000. I'm pretty sure BD1 was also on that list. On here, Bly is highlighted, but he said that was a mistake. He did not
and that was
to have that on there. And then Zach also has an A and an S circle for Anakin Skywalker. Cause,
I love the comments.
He will not.
Ayla Akira, another Snoke.
Yeah, another Snoke. That's good. But yeah, basically these are all figures that go for a lot on the aftermarket.
Yeah.
They're sought after figures. They either weren't widely circulated or they were popular kind of after a lot of people started collecting. So it's good for those people to be able to get these again. As someone that has all of these, again, I like it because that's just something I don't have to buy. So my wallet loves it, and I'm just happy that other people can get these great figures in their collection because all of these figures are great.
Yeah, all these are really awesome. I said Plo Koon and Hunter, especially with Bad Batch wrapping up, which we're going to talk about later on, how good the finale was. Like, people, it's a great time to release a Hunter because that's a very expensive figure on the aftermarket and very
Crosshair is
the
most expensive, actually.
And Crosshair. Yeah, I just made a TikTok video about Crosshair. He's to my drafts right now, and he goes for an average of $101 right now, which is
BT1. I see it spelled out right there. He's got BT1 spelled out. It's really hard to see that because I just keep seeing Beef Oven.
Where is it at on here? Oh,
it's right
BT1.
above Plo Koon. Yeah, it's spelled out. Yeah. It kind of hurts my eyes looking at that, honestly.
Yeah, Yakface, we're going to need some cross words next time. Like, go the other way.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I think this was fun. I think this was fun. I think my response...
They're all going the same way, though. Right here in the middle. We need some diversity here.
I picked a random collection of letters, and I was like, oh, yeah, I can't wait for Juoxif. That's going to be a great figure.
Pinka.
Juoxif.
Up at the top. Pinka.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was fun. Maybe he'll do more like that. Who knows? Next up, we have a con exclusive that's arriving in the US, but it's not revealed yet. I feel like that's just a disaster waiting to happen because it's probably going to get leaked before they announce it if it's already arriving in the US. Wouldn't you think? Wouldn't you think they would have it announced already?
Real quick, Ken Plume just did a dick move here. and had to poop on the party a little bit. Not so excited about the re-release of BT1 on that old body style. And here's the thing: he's not wrong. He's not wrong
He's
to
not
say that.
wrong.
But he's out of line. He's out of line for saying it.
Yeah.
But he's correct.
Also, remember that chat, Ken Plume and I had about when I said archive needs to die? Well, Ken, I was right, because that's basically what A-list is for. A-list was what I wanted, and it took over, and hopefully they don't bring the archive back. They just put it in A-list. Call it A-list, put it in a new box. It still has its own shelf or peg system that's not mainline at the stores. So W for Zach over Ken right there.
He's gonna take that W. You're gonna force that W.
I am taking that W. I mean, we
All
had
right,
a
so
debate.
we got-
If anybody wants to go back and listen to it the first time he was on,
It's good. It's a good one.
it was a
That's
good
on
podcast.
Ken's channel. Ken Plume, friend of the show. Go check out his channel. But yeah, so there's a con. There's a con exclusive that we don't know anything about. I'm guessing San Diego Comic-Con. That's the next big con in the next 2 months. So it would make sense if it's Comic-Con. Yeah.
So hopefully, I guess we're gonna get that announced here soon. Maybe the next time we do a podcast in 2 weeks, it'll be announced.
Well,
So we'll
let's
see.
see. Comic-Con's usually like mid-July, beginning
July.
mid-July. So
When
it
do you
could
think
be,
they
but I
revealed
think
the
maybe
exclusive for it? How soon in advance?
it could. Honestly, I don't remember. It's something I should know, but I don't know off the top of my head. I have to go
Yeah.
look to see what the lead up time. To
It's
go
probably
from
not long now
announcement.
that I think about it. It's probably
It's got to be around a month, maybe a little bit less. So I think we'll probably see it in like June,
hopefully.
which is only next month. Oh my God, this year's going by so fast.
Yeah, it's flying by. And then we have random figures popped up on Entertainment Earth.
More
Just
re-releases.
more re-releases lately. So Hasbro's really trying to, make that cash, which, that's what they do. That's
Well, they
fine.
don't make any money off resales. People selling them on like eBay and stuff. Hasbro doesn't see a dime of that.
Yeah. Well, they're re-releasing these figures, so
That's what I'm
easy
saying.
way
Like
to,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, Hasbro's got to. If they see it's popular and selling on the aftermarket,
They have to
they're
yeah.
literally leaving money on the table by not making more.
Yeah, if somebody's paying $100 for a crosshair, that means Hasbro's definitely gonna. Oh, let's reprint some more because that's
Let's reprint it.
easy
Yeah,
cash.
exactly.
People buy it for
Yeah.
$25 if we re-release it.
Exactly.
But yeah, so Clone Wars Ahsoka, Rebels Hera, and Rebels Sabine all randomly popped up on Entertainment Earth the other day, and I got a pre-order in for Ahsoka because I want one in the box to have Ashley Eckstein sign one day. I didn't pre-order the other two. Like I have them already.
Did they cancel it?
No, it's still up for pre. It still says pre-order. It did say pending.
Yeah.
And then they took the listing down, and then ever since then, it's went from pending to pre-ordered. So my order is still good, and they haven't canceled it yet. So I think they just prematurely posted it.
Well, for sure they did. When they took it down, I was expecting them to cancel it on you. But dang, that's cool. I'm glad you got one. I mean, I have one, but I get wanting an extra one for if you ever meet Ashley Eckstein, because that's a good thing to get signed for sure.
Yep. The first time I went to ICCC in Nashville, she was there, but I picked Ian over her. But I should have picked her because the next year I met Ian anyways, and he signed a better figure, the carded Return of the Jedi. But I didn't know, obviously, that was going to be a thing whenever I was making that decision. So I went with Ian because I figured I'd have more chances to meet Ahsoka, because Ian doesn't really do that many conventions until like then. That's kind of when he started doing more of them.
It was Revenge of the Sith that got him back in the game. So here's the thing. No matter what your feelings on Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker, yeah.
Whatever your feelings on the sequel trilogy and Rise of Skywalker are, you can at least use it to give credit to getting Ian McDiarmid back into like the convention circuit. And to a lesser extent, I would even say Hayden Christensen, because around that time they were promoting it. I remember a time where Ian and Hayden were like going to like children's hospitals together and stuff like that. People were making jokes about, oh, they're gonna kill the younglings or whatever. But I think a lot of that kind of ramped up to even Hayden kind of re-entering the Star Wars fray. So
yeah,
every cloud has a silver lining. Is all I'm saying.
Well, also with the sequels, isn't it crazy how even if you post a reveal or two from the prequels
Mm-hmm.
or a reveal or two from a new media show, somebody always just has to comment, the sequels suck. That's why they're not releasing figures. It's like, did anybody ask? Did anybody? Wasn't that the greatest comments?
Just leave it alone.
on
Just
the
leave
TikTok
it
today?
alone. Just stay positive. You don't have to like automatically. It's one thing being toxically positive. I get that, where you're like it's a negative and you're turning it to a positive, and it has to be positive no matter what. But that's like the opposite, where you're just seeing something good and you're like, yeah, but I want to tell you how other things are bad because this is good. Like just enjoy what you got, buddy. Just enjoy life.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine seeing that a Darth Sidious was revealed, and then the first thing that pops up in my head that I feel like I need to comment.
We'll talk about this later. We'll talk about this later because I want to get into the reveals before we talk about my thoughts on people's reactions to it.
So, chat, remind me to talk about that comment strand.
We will. I'll remind you. I want to talk about it. Yeah.
Because me and Mike cooked that fool
we
hard.
Did. We did.
Cooked him. All right, so next up on the news list, we have... So this happened right after our last podcast recording. Apparently, there were some factory leaks. And obviously, that middle one, I actually lined this up with the reveal from later that we're going to talk about later on, the Enoch. It's like dead on, like the paint lines and all that. That's definitely it.
For sure.
Yeah, that means these other two are probably pretty real. Like, who knows if they'll ever get released, but they're at least, being designed. We tried to figure out who that one on the left was. Originally, we said Pelimoto, but then when you look at her outfit, she wears like a one-piece jumpsuit. And this is clearly like a vest.
So I think that these are, at least that one is probably from Skeleton Crew. Because we know Skeleton Crew is getting figures.
Yep, Skeleton Crew is probably the most likely. I was also thinking it was that new character from the game because she did kind of wear a jacket.
Oh, so that's a good point too.
But it's just slightly different. But it was a good guess. And could be Jyn Erso, maybe. Does she? I feel like she wears a little bit different.
I don't think it'd be. I don't think it'd be Jyn Erso.
It looks like it could be, but I think it's Skeleton Crew.
I think it's probably Skeleton Crew. Yeah.
Yep. And then the picture on the right, some type of Mandalorian, probably another. Maybe it could be. Looks like prototype armor, of course, right now, but maybe it's one of those random season 3 ones that Hagface was talking about.
Wilbon says it's 100% the girl from Outlaws.
It's not. I compared it. It's not her. She wears a...
He says 100%, man.
It's not.
I mean, what do you know? It's Wilbon.
Not.
He said 100%.
Yeah, I guess I can't go...
I don't know.
I can't go against our deluxe VIP.
You can't go against Wilbon. If he says 100%, it's 100%. That's how it is. Yeah, maybe... True. The girl from Outlaws will have different outfits, and this is just one of them. Like, I mean,
exactly.
Cal Kestis has got 1,000 outfits, and in the second game, you can give him a really cool big handlebar mustache and a mullet, and they don't have an action figure of that yet. Where's Hasbro? Where's my handlebar and mullet Cal Kestis? That's what
Is that what you're gonna go hard for, like I do for Anakin?
Oh my god, that's the only way I play. You need a handlebar
and mullet.
That's the only way I play Jedi Survivor is Cal Kestis, is handlebar mustache and a mullet.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was a good look.
Joe Breck does bring up a good point. Could be the base for a Pilot Omega, which is something we'll talk about later. I don't want to get too much into that, but I mean that's a good.
Yeah, I'm trying to do a quick Google search just to see if I can see her outfit she wore. She does wear kind of a vest jacket that goes to her forearms.
Does she have a big pocket? Does she have a big
pocket? She has gloves like that. Let me see if she has a big pocket.
Oh my god, is it?
Hang on, I'm trying to... Their pictures are so dark.
Ken Plume says it's not Omega. He just checked. And if Ken Plume says it's 100%. It's 100%.
Okay, so
we're never going to figure out what this is. They're going to release it, and we're still going to be wondering what it is.
What if it's just a really oversized vintage collection figure?
No, this is actually just the figure. It's going to come out. She's only going to have one leg, no head. Yeah. That's how it is in the box.
Yeah, the Omega was a really good guess. It was a really good guess. I don't think it's Omega.
I'm assuming that this is unpainted. Like, it could be painted, but I'm assuming that the colors and stuff could change.
Yeah, I feel like both of
Yeah.
that one and then the Mando body, they're like still
Yeah.
prototype. Because obviously we
Yeah.
just saw the Enoch be revealed officially, so
Yeah.
that's probably more ready, and these two are probably still just
that's
test
true. It
molds.
probably is Mephisto. That's a good guess as well. So
Yeah.
I mean, the sky is the limit. It could be anything.
Yeah, it could
Maybe
be
it's
anything.
Patrick.
So I feel like we need to jump into what everybody's here to talk about. What do you think? Did anything happen today of note that you can?
Let's see. I woke up. I think there was a live stream. I don't know if you knew that. There was
I
a
must have- I
May the
must have missed
3rd.
it.
There's a May the 4th live stream on May the 3rd.
On May the 3rd.
On
I
May
should have
the
changed
3rd,
this
yeah.
logo to have a 3rd on it.
You should
instead
just
of a 4.
cross out the 4 and just like use paint to draw a 3 over it, like just really crudely.
Just super amateurish.
Yeah, that's
All right.
That's the way I would do everything. Just purposely make it awful because that's the best I can do anyway.
So I guess let's start off by I'm actually going to remove this and we can talk about the Haslab that got delayed.
Yeah,
It seems like that was supposed to be the meat of this stream because at the end of the
100%.
stream,
yeah, 'cause,
especially
like,
after all
we,
the
we were
leaks.
like we were 7 minutes into the stream and like everything that we knew about had already been talked about, and I'm like, what else could there possibly be
I
in the
know.
stream?
Yeah.
It's 7 minutes.
Yeah, it seemed like they were really relying on that Haslab and that had to be pushed out.
Yeah. I genuinely feel bad for the TVC collectors. I really, really do.
I do too.
Like-
I do too.
Like, it's one thing when like they're saying, hey, and it's not like Hasbro didn't apologize. Like, I get it. And there's a popular quote that Nintendo says where like a game is only late until it's not, or like a bad game is bad for all time. Of course, that was made before there were updates and things over the internet. But like, I am all for something getting delayed if it means making it better. If that makes sense. Like, it sucks when it gets delayed, but if the result is a better result or something I'd like more, worth it. Excuse me.
Yeah, and I also think it might be a good thing for some TVC collectors because they are still waiting on the Ghost, and you know everybody's financial situation is different, so maybe they're not ready to go ahead and back another TVC Haslab that could be anywhere from $300 to $500. So
Right.
you know, it might be a good thing for some people. So and it's gonna, if they say they need more time to get it ready. I think somebody dropped the prototype. they got to make a new one real quick.
When
Patrick dropped the prototype.
back in 2019, I was at a product reveal for the Unicron Haslab, and they had the grayscale model at a dive bar in San Diego where they were hosting like a concert, and like Vince Nicole. Anyway, they dropped it, like they broke it. It was funny.
It's like
That's it. That's the whole story. They just broke it.
Well, yeah, there was a sports team that won a championship a couple years ago, and they dropped it, and the trophy broke. Like,
Yeah, that's
on
funny.
on the field. Was it soccer? I can't remember if it's soccer, but it's happened before in life. You know, they could have dropped
Yeah.
a prototype they were going to reveal and waiting on the new one or something.
I don't think it's anything like that. I genuinely
I don't
think
think
that
so
there's
either.
probably some tweaks they have to make. It's definitely not like, oh man, we can't decide what we're gonna do. What do you think the nerds want? Like, and they're like
Yeah,
throwing
they're pretty
darts.
far into it by now.
yeah. At this point, they're super far into it. They plan this stuff out for probably over a year. So I mean, definitely over a year. Not even probably.
Yeah.
So for sure, it's still kind of funny though. But that does mean that today's stream was like 95% Black Series, as it should be.
Right? The W scale. The W scale got all the W reveals. Even though the
Easy.
TVC did have some neat reveals. Like
Yeah. I will say
Duros.
I think every reveal today was pretty good, to be honest. On
Yeah, I
some
thought the
level.
stream was great. You know,
Yeah, overall.
Could have used a Black Series Haslab in there to make it really magical.
Yeah. Well,
R.I.P.
we'll
Rancor.
see.
But all right, so let's talk about some reveals. I did this in like the order in which they talked about them, because we know, you know, we got the Sidious and the Super Battle Droid leaked yesterday. But I
That
did want to talk about
sucks.
these. Yeah. Yeah, you didn't talk about leaks real quick?
Well, I feel bad for the team, but at the same time, I don't like some leaks are weird. Like some leaks maybe are done with like by nefarious people or they're getting into like code or whatever.
But this one was just straight up Hasbro's fault.
This was I don't know if it was Hasbro's fault or if it was YouTube's fault, but there was definitely just a straight up like ad.
There was definitely a miscommunication somewhere along the line.
For sure.
Yeah. And maybe they did it on purpose. Like, you never know. Maybe it was just to hype up the community to watch the live stream.
Yeah, it could be. And I remember thinking, I said this yesterday in chat when we were talking about it. Like, I mean, these are cool, but if this is all we get, I'm going to be a little bummed. Thankfully, it wasn't. But, like, those are cool things. But it's May the 4th. That could be an email. Like, I could have found out about it the way we did and have the same reaction. I don't need
everybody was hyped.
I don't need Chris talking to me about it,
Yeah. Speaking of this live stream, I have a question.
Yeah.
Where is Eric? Is he safe? Is he all right? Where was Eric at? He's the best one.
Maybe he's on vacation. I don't know. He's a guy. He's all about. He's a man about town. He's always on the move.
Maybe they fired him because he almost revealed too much info last live stream.
Maybe
he's gone.
Maybe that was it. Maybe he's gone. I don't know. You can message him. You try to message him.
I could try.
Just be like, "Hey, are you okay?" Blink.
Eric got benched for talking about Yoda.
If you're not okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like this message if you need help.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Where he started going in on the Yoda last time and like, not go on the Yoda yet.
We got to break him out of Mount Tantus at Hasbro.
That's what it is. Let's go. I'm in.
All right, so first reveal, bam.
This happened in the morning.
The morning time.
This was such a weird reveal because it was. I thought, oh, it's another leak. It wasn't. They just StarWars.com just revealed this like 2 hours before the stream. Like, why? Why?
Can we even find the article that it was posted
I
on?
couldn't
Has
find it.
Found that yet?
But they even said, so I saw a friend of the show from Forlom to Zuckus post. That was my first viewing of it. And he said, revealed from StarWars.com. So I just took that as gospel truth because, of course, why would Jake lie to us? Jake wouldn't do that. Jake, if Jake says it, it's 100% factual. That's just that. I only know two things about life. And both of them are that Jake is 100% factual.
And Yakface commented on my post because when I posted this, I said, unfortunately, this was leaked 30 minutes before the stream, but here's the Phantom Menace 3-pack. But Yak commented on my post saying that StarWars.com officially revealed it. So that was good to know. I thought it was a leak also because that just doesn't normally happen, I don't think. Yeah,
especially so close to the actual like live stream. Why not just wait? But it's cool.
It is very cool. I'm in on multi-packs, I think. And you said this is what, the 10th multi-pack or something? Or we have 10 now?
Yeah, no. So we'll talk about that after.
Yeah, we'll talk about after the
today. Yeah.
But the star of the show, and if you listen to Black Series Cantina podcast on the regular, you know that Yakface came on this podcast and basically said it's confirmed that there's going to be 100% new Darth Maul, and the old Darth Maul body is being retired. So I have here is the brand new 100% Darth Maul, and he looks so gorgeous. I cannot wait to have this figure in the line. Yeah. Here's the old
for the people listening,
2013, and the new.
For the people listening, this is the Duel of the Fates 3-pack. It's got a reissue or a repack of Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, the Padawan Obi-Wan that we've had before. Padawan Obi-Wan is a figure that goes for a lot on the aftermarket, so it's cool that he's getting released. As far as I know, they're 100% the same, except for they have the robes. Now, I mean, the official robes kind of suck, but it's nice that they come.
It's nice they come with
robes.
It at least.
It's nice they come with it. Yeah.
No
they
alt
look
hands
good
for either.
No
of them.
alt hands. Yeah, no alt hands, no alt heads. Just the figure with the lightsaber and the robe. The star of the show, like you said, though, is the 100% all brand new Darth Maul that's got soft goods robes and a lightsaber. So basically, the only thing it's missing is the binoculars the original came with, because the original also came with the alt head, but the alt head was for the big rubber cloak. Like the that's what it was. It was just a rubber cloak with a head inside of it.
Yeah.
So you don't need that as an accessory if he has the soft goods robe, and I think the soft goods robe actually looks pretty good.
I think it looks pretty sick because I like how the inner part of it is really, it looks like it's a thicker material, and then the outside of it is a thinner material, so I think it's going to layer nicely.
Yeah.
And as long as they nail the hood's going to be what brings it all together. If it fits good.
For sure.
And they have been better about soft goods lately because normally it's been awful. But what was the figure lately that I said might be the best soft goods in the line? Because we got a hood and it was perfect in Black Series lately. It's slipping my mind right now, though. I've said it myself, but
was
if
it
this
Darth
figure
Malgus?
Malgus, I think it might have been Malgus because they did that hood really good. But
That
that's
looks
like
good.
underneath plastic too, so that really helps.
It's also glued down.
Yeah. So if this, if they've learned their lesson, then hopefully it's good.
So I'm not saying that there aren't any other accessories he could come with, but I'm good with this as a 3-pack. But that being said, I mean, we all knew this was coming because of the Droideka pack, and this mural does not line up with that, which means 100% we're getting a standalone version of this. So if you don't want to buy the 3-pack, if you just want to buy the Darth Maul, hang tight. It's coming. Will it come with different accessories? Obviously, nobody knows right now. Like, we don't know right now. It could come with a little probe droid or binoculars or something. I honestly don't know. They could have it packed in. It'd be cool if it was packed in with a little speeder. I'd buy that. It's a cool little speeder.
It's just like the box is actually, 10 inches deeper than it. We just can't see it.
Yeah. So the weird part about this reveal was in the stream, they said it's going to go live pre-order Hasbro Pulse.
But we've since learned it's a GameStop exclusive.
What the heck?
So
it's
that's kind of
random.
And it will retail for $74.99, according to the PR email. And the last 2 or 3 PR emails we've gotten have all had wrong prices. So, they could be $5 more. It could be $5 less. So it's $74.99, give or take $5. So, and
I was flabbergasted when on a Facebook page someone said, "Oh yeah," and then that's GameStop. I'm like, it's not GameStop. I watched the stream. It's clearly Hasbro Pulse. It said that. And then I saw Yakface post, and I was like, wow, I'm wrong. Well, first of all, Hasbro's wrong, and I'm just regurgitating what they're saying. But GameStop doesn't make any sense. Like, what was the last GameStop exclusive they had?
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Even the gaming greats lately weren't GameStop exclusive. So why are they getting this 3-pack?
It's so weird that they're getting a 3-pack that's exclusive to GameStop. That being said, I don't mind that it's GameStop exclusive because I've never had a problem getting a GameStop exclusive.
Yeah, they're pretty easy, especially a 3-pack that's going to be $75. That's going to be there for sure.
This is not the first thing I'm going to pre-order tomorrow. This is actually the last thing I'll pre-order tomorrow. Is I'll save this for last and then go pre-order it.
Yeah, especially since we know he's coming, on an individual release. And that release might include a binoculars or might include an extra accessory.
Or it could include less. Who knows? But, I mean, it could, because normally the other figures haven't had robes and these do. So maybe the robes are exclusive to this.
Yeah, what if the soft goods doesn't come on the single release? Then everybody's going to be trying to get this one.
Could be, honestly. Yeah.
It is awesome, though. It's 100% new. Look at that beautiful butterfly joint on that
butterfly joints look so good. Absolutely. New legs. The new legs are the big one for me because the legs on the original Maul were awful because they were like curved up, so they kind of rocked back and forth on the feet.
Yeah, here's the comparison right here.
Yeah, they're terrible.
From the old one.
Yeah, these look great.
Yeah, we've come such a long way. Look at that old 2013 version to this new 2024 version.
It's
I don't know.
nuts.
Lance Speeder Luke's probably looking at this like, where has society gone? Why are we regressing? But I love this. I think this is really awesome. Yeah, and let's see. Yeah, so Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan are just, repacks essentially with updated. It looks like they have updated paint, like better photo row paint.
Could be.
Yeah, just from these images, like it's probably lighting, but like their faces look really good to me. So I'm assuming they've, photo rowed them again, and they look really nice.
Yeah.
I think I'm in on the 3-pack.
I am.
It's probably, it might stay on card for me because I do like because I have Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan out already, and I'll get the single release maul to open up. Oh, I didn't even notice that right there. His saber disconnects.
Yes.
I didn't
Yeah, it
notice
does.
in that picture.
What I'm hoping for on this is that in between pre-ordering this and it coming out, they'll have revealed the single card maul, and that will inform me, kind of like what they did with the Super Battle Droid, where like they announced the C-3PO Battle Droid 2-pack, and then they pipelined that they're doing a single pack version. So you didn't have to get that 2-pack if you wanted just a Super Battle Droid. It's just a wait.
They also did that with the Cobb Vanth and Cad Bane 2-pack because they announced the single release Cad Bane a little later.
So Hasbro has a history of doing that. So I think that we'll see this single pack maul get at least announced before this 3-pack comes out. So again, you'll be more informed, but I'm still going to pre-order this because you can always cancel a pre-order if you decide not to. But like you said, I think this is going to be a good like display piece in the package.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Because if I get this,
I'm
probably going to keep it in the box. I think it's going to be a nice.
Yeah, Dubois says also R5D4. Again, true. Hasbro has, as long as you pay attention to announcements, which there are people that always get caught off guard because they don't really pay attention to stuff like this, where like you won't get bamboozled if you pay attention to announcements.
Yeah, that's why you need to listen to Black Series Cantina. You need to sub to Lane Speeder Luke. You need to sub to Out of the Basement. And you need to check
Mike
out
Case.
Wilbon's show on
Mike Case.
and Mike Case.
And
Mike Case and Wilbon's Monday show.
Yeah.
So next up, and before we get deeper into reveals, I do want to give a quick plug for the people watching live. If you don't normally listen to Black Series Cantina, we don't do this every other week. We don't go live on YouTube for the public. This is normally exclusive to Patreon members at a certain tier, but you can subscribe to our podcast on any podcasting app, whether that's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, you name it. We're there. You can download us every other week. But if you want to join us live in the chat, you can support us on Patreon, and we would really appreciate that. So next reveal.
Real quick, LMC,
earring.
Yes, Paul does have an earring. He 100% has an earring. That's like Ray Park had an earring. Mm-hmm. I don't know if the figure does, but I know.
Yeah, I wish I would have seen it a little further then. But
yeah, canonically, Darth Maul has an earring.
Yeah. So we have a figure revealed today that was leaked yesterday. The Super Battle Droid was leaked on a YouTube ad. But
go figure.
I'm hyped. I'm getting probably 2 or 3 of these Super Battle Droids.
I'm getting 2. Easily 2.
Easily 2. Yeah, easily 2. I'm probably going to get 3, so I have a solid 4. I feel like that's where I'm going to land
I'm also going to get that pipeline 3-pack that has one in it. Although it's
the Survivor
it's a Raider,
3-pack. I forgot about that.
It's a Raider version, so it won't have the same deco. But I just don't feel the need to have like 4 of these guys. Or I will have 4. But I don't need to buy more than 2 of these. I think 2 is enough for me.
I do. I need 3 of the clean ones. I like the clean one better than the sandy one. I have a comparison picture here for our watching audience. And the blast effect, that's so awesome that they included the blast effect on this. And if you're going to single release just a Super Battle Droid, there's really nothing else he could have come with other than a blast effect.
That's
and
the thing. I tried to
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, in my review of the 2-pack with C-3PO, I couldn't think of anything that he would come with. Just the blast effect is really all he needs. He's good as it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's an amazing figure, so I can't wait to get these because I need 2 to flank Count Dooku on the shelf.
For sure.
And then I always like getting an extra something of a figure if I think I'm gonna have a 3D print for it. You're
gonna have a whole shelf of these like you do 501st clones.
Well, that would be, people would probably think that's smarter than stacking up on 1.0 clone bodies. But maybe, you never know. I have an army of battle droids, super battle droids. The Separatist army is growing. But yeah, very cool release, $24.99 fan channel tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time. this will probably be up there with the last thing I pre-order, you know, because there are some other high priority, like that 3-pack and this are pretty low on the priority level, you know, for things that we.
This is gonna be number 2 for me. I'll explain my pre-order process once we get through everything.
So we're gonna do a roadmap at the end of the podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
That I haven't had much time to think about it today because I tried to get a nap in before the pod to refresh. So I do need to
nothing.
I need to make a little roadmap for a pre-order roadmap.
For sure. Well, you can use mine. It's a pretty good one.
All right. Well, I don't have Pulse Premium, so I'm kind of worried about something that's revealed later. But
that's part of my roadmap.
I know. All right.
This
So
is
next
fan channel exclusive, just so people know.
Yes, $24.99 fan channel.
Yeah.
I don't know if this one's hitting Amazon. I know the next figure we're talking about is hitting Amazon because they said fan channel and Amazon specifically.
Amazon.
I went back and listened, but I don't know about this one. I would assume so, but we shall see. But me and Mike, this is how we feel about the next figure that was revealed.
I have waited a long time for this moment.
Darth Sidious from Revenge of the Sith has finally been revealed, and he was leaked yesterday, which set the community on fire. Everybody was so hyped. But the HD images came in today, and this figure does not disappoint. It hit a grand slam. Lock this figure in. This is going to be a Black Series Cantina Hall of Fame one day in the future.
This, to
Lock
me,
it in.
This looks like one of those concepts that people like. There's like the Black Series concepts page where like it just looks too good to be true. It looks too good to be true. Like it's something that everyone wants and it looks exactly how you'd want it to look. And like how could Hasbro make this? Because it looks so good.
Yeah, they knocked it out of the park. I saw this figure. I thought it was fake whenever it leaked. Because it just looked, it didn't look real. I guess like the fleshy tone of it.
The thing
and,
is,
like,
it doesn't
too
look real.
good to be true.
It
like the lightning hands and the saber.
Yeah, it's too much. Like, how could they give us that many accessories? Like, Hasbro doesn't do this. Soft goods, a plastic hood, alternate lightning hands, a lightsaber, and the soft goods look good. The face looks great. This does not look like something Hasbro made. And I'm kind of a Hasbro. I'm a Hasbro, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like,
I'm
usually
we are
on their side. Yeah. This
if you think about
absolutely blew me away.
This is kind of what they wanted Starkiller to be. Whenever fans saw that Starkiller Deluxe set, that exclusive set, they said, "Oh, what are we going to get in the solo pack? We're going to get alternate hands, and we're going to get both lightsabers, and we're going to get lightning hands." And it's like, nope, you're just going to get the the red saber that one came with.
You're getting the red saber and just the regular saber, not even the swishy one as well. They could have put a couple of those things in there, no problem. They obviously had them all made, but they were like, no. But this, mwah.
Yeah, this is. I'm so excited, and I was worried that whenever you're watching that scene, it goes back and forth between red and black, the way the robes look, and I was worried. I remember we were worried they were gonna do black because that's how it looks in most of the scenes. Even the picture on Pipeline, they use this outfit, but it looks black in that picture. So thankfully they did the actual costume, and it is red, like that brownish red, which is really nice. And an easy repack.
I love the sleeves. I love the sleeves.
The sleeves are great. An easy repack. You can put this in a Clone Wars box with a clean, like the normal face, and give him another saber. Because he did wear this outfit in the Clone Wars when he fought.
This is what he wore when he fought. When he fought Darth
Maul.
Maul and
Savage. And he wears all those like fancy dresses and stuff throughout the prequels. I just want to see like him picking out his daily outfit. Like, ooh, I'm in a lightsaber fight today.
Black,
we're gonna pick
red,
this one out.
More black, different red.
I'm interested to see what's underneath all of this. Like, pop off that head, pop off that plastic hood. What's underneath the robes here?
I want to know if he
Because-
can put his lightsaber up his sleeve so he can just kind of
Oh, and pull it out. Yeah, that'd be sick.
just flip it out.
Yeah, right. Where's the accessory storage for the saber on this figure? It's got to
Well,
be.
so
up the
I went
sleeve.
back. I went back and rewatched the reveal, and they said the only thing they said that he had new was obviously soft goods, head, and then they said torso. So it sounds like he might be reusing
Legs.
and arms, although the hands look different too. So it's
The
real
hands are
tough.
definitely new. Also, yeah.
Yeah. I mean the lightning hands could be the exact same as the ones from the Amazon pack.
Hang on, I'm gonna grab them. Hang on, 2 seconds. How do they? They're definitely a different color. These are a lot lighter. I mean, that could be lighting,
Sure.
I guess.
Yeah, it could be. Or it could be lighting. I mean, color doesn't need to have a different like.
Does that look? That looks about the same, right? Maybe a little less of the blended. I don't know.
It could be. It's tough to say.
Yeah. I don't know how to get back on the. Which one is it? Mike, help me. Which one is it? Which one is it?
It's this one.
There we go. But yeah, this is just an absolute grand slam of a figure. Yeah, hopefully we get more. I want more Palpatines. We need a regular Palpatine now. Just a Chancellor Palpatine. It would be pretty sick if this was like the red dress underneath, but I don't think they're going that far.
Well, it looks good. I can't wait. I know.
This is messed up. This is a low blow.
No, it's true. No, it's true. You shouldn't take color analysis from me. I'm famously bad at colors.
Yeah, see, this was my first reaction too. People keep chatting. I can't click on what's what. They looked new to me when I first saw them, but we'll just have to wait and see.
I mean, they could be new. It could be. I don't know. I'm not Mike Hasbro. I don't
Why
know.
not? Why don't you know exactly?
I'm just happy that they exist. Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm
this
just
is
happy we're getting this.
This is a fan channel exclusive and is going to be $24.99. I'm pretty sure they said Amazon for this one also. That box art is so sick. This is going to be number 1 in Revenge of the Sith. How do you feel about the color of the box?
It is meaningless to me. I would have probably chosen a different color because I feel like they've used this color or something close to it a couple times. Or this is the color they should have used for Revenge of the Sith, and they should have used different colors for the other ones that are close to this.
You know, whenever it first hit me, because I would have picked, if I were Hasbro, I think we've had this conversation before, but using red for Attack of the Clones is just absolutely absurd. Like, Attack of the Clones has no reason to be red, in my opinion.
Absolutely not. Yeah,
It should be white.
That's
it should have been a white for Attack of the Clones.
I agree.
Like, it literally has clones in the name of the movie. You can do white. It would look so good against the black and the gray of the box. It would contrast so nicely. And then the Revenge of the Sith could have been red. But I will say, I do like that Revenge of the Sith is this kind of burnt orange because it's kind of has that Mustafar feel to it. I think it has that kind of color look.
The box is changing, Zoo Boy, but the numbering is not changing.
Correct. Yeah. Whenever they announced the new squared off packaging, they said the numbers are going to keep going, which is a good point. Like, could this be the only Revenge of the Sith figure in the slanted packaging? And
it is. It's weird that I was surprised when I realized that this and the Super Battle Droid were both in the older packaging and not in the new packaging. I thought for sure, like, those would be phased out already. But I mean, obviously they've got plans and it takes time to do stuff, and they already had this made, so.
Yeah, and it's kind of
going to be the only one for sure.
Yeah, and it's kind of unfortunate because I have really loved that. I have loved the flat side, and I would have loved to see this figure with that burnt orange color behind it instead of that flat gray that's on all the slanted box packaging backgrounds.
I agree.
Yeah,
I like the new packaging a lot. I think the new packaging is way better than this packaging. I mean, it's
I think it makes it look a little more pristine, in my opinion.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
a little more premier, a little quality, a little more collector like.
Yeah.
This is kind of gimmicky at this point. The slanted boxes.
I hate this. I've always hated the slant. From day one, when they showed these off, I was like, it's a slanted? That's so weird. And it doesn't even make sense because like it makes it harder to display the murals connected because you have to like have them come out. Like they don't line up unless unless they're all kind of like segmented and cascaded.
Yeah,
which
also,
it's not conducive for displaying.
For people who hang their boxes on the wall, you have to have a little space right there because the slant.
Yeah.
So instead of having them all tight knit next to each other. The slanted. I thought the slanted was cool when it first came out, but I think the mural art kind of blinded me a little bit. But at this point, I just think it's a little gimmicky. Yeah, so I think the flat is the way to go. But so I would have liked to see this one on the new box because I do plan on picking up 2 of these. And if Ian's at ICCC again, I know, right? But if Ian's at ICCC, I feel like I need him to sign this and put a Revenge of the Sith quote on there.
Are you gonna do Ian and Ashley? Are you gonna do both, or are you gonna have to pick and choose again?
No, I'm better off financially these days, so I'm doing both. Yeah,
okay, so you can do both. Okay,
yeah,
so you can do both.
Yeah.
It wasn't a time issue; it was a money issue. I get it.
Yeah. At that time, I only wanted to do one, So, but now I'm like, if I'm going, and it's kind of a thing now. Like everybody's going. I know you're probably not going because you live in San Diego, but there's a lot of people on this side of the country that are going this year. So it's like an event.
It's in
it's
October,
like
right?
Yes.
I got time.
I think it's in September or October, something like that.
I got time.
Yeah. So it'll be a good time. But hopefully Ian's back. What quote would I have to have him do from Revenge of the Sith if he signed this one?
So be it. Oh, you already got that one, didn't you?
Yeah. That's
Jedi?
a line from Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, or from Return of the Jedi.
Oh, you're right.
No, I need a Revenge of the Sith for this box.
Okay.
I am the Senate.
Not yet. Oh no, not yet is Mace Windu. Damn it. Unlimited power.
I've waited a long time for this. I could have him do
like
this.
That.
I have waited a long time for this.
This is it?
Moment.
That's it. That's the one. That's the one.
There's like 80,000 people behind me. He's got to write this damn paragraph.
I have waited a long.
By the time he doesn't have any room to sign the window now because it takes up the whole window. But yeah, absolutely knocked it out of the park on this figure. And I wanted to do a really good close-up of this sculpted hood. I think it's a good choice. The plastic hood with the soft goods underneath. I think it's a really good mix.
It's a good mixture. I do.
So do you think that the plastic hood is sculpted onto the head, like that's one piece, or do you think the plastic hood can pop off and you have a separate head? You know what I mean?
The neck doesn't look like it has any articulation from here.
So it's going to be like an upper body traffic.
I think it's the whole thing. I think it's like the whole thing, where the hood would move with it.
Interesting. Because there doesn't seem to be a lot of room there. The neck.
Because you can see at the neck, like that neck meets that, like the
collar,
the shirt
piece.
Collar.
Yeah.
And there's no space in there. Like it's straight.
It does look like one piece right there.
Yeah. I mean, is it a 20-year running anime? Because it's one piece. That was bad.
Yeah, there you go.
That was so bad.
Little
I was trying too hard with that one.
Yeah, that is interesting. It looks like there's not like that head is just all part of.
I think the whole thing is one piece, where like the whole thing would move around like this.
Yeah, that's interesting. So definitely, excited to see. The first person to get it overseas, everybody's getting messaging like, pry it up.
It'll be that guy. Yeah, it'll be that guy from Taiwan that gets stuff. But it'll be him or Luke. What are those two?
Yeah. Luke's he already has this probably. He's reviewing it.
Yeah, he couldn't tell us. Yeah.
I actually just noticed the Sith eyes on the figure. I like that. The Sith eyes.
They do look good.
Really good.
Yeah.
That painted detail on the cheeks, that's really nice. All right. Enough about Palpatine. Great figure. That's a good one. Don't let him kill me. I'm weak.
Hold on. Hold on.
I have waited a long time for this moment.
Beautiful.
I just want to do it again. That's all.
All right, let's see here. What do we got next?
Now
My
this
little
is my
green
favorite.
friend.
This is the one. Yeah, his little green friend. This is the one. We didn't get this leaked, and I was in the middle of making my Clones of the Republic 1 review,
I
and
saw you
it
post
made me
that
go
today.
back.
Yep.
It made me go back and or film new content for it.
Yeah, so
Man.
we're talking about the Yoda and Clone Commander Gree, which apparently this isn't Gree to some people in TikTok comments.
This isn't
But-
Gree. This is even on Instagram, on Facebook. This isn't Gree.
I mean, obviously, I would rather have the Kashyyyk
Sure.
Gree on the 3.0,
Sure.
but this is still
Sure.
cool. Like, on
Yeah.
my it's just going to be another clone on the shelf.
The only thing I'll say that they should have done for this is either give it his Phase 1 helmet, which we saw in the cartoon, and the bandolier. That would have made it, like, more recognizable, I think.
Is he
to
in the
people.
Clone Wars in that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, let me look this up.
But
Wars
that being
3.
said, he does look like this in the
Oh, I
comics.
see.
He's got his Phase 2 helmet. He's got this outfit. Like, this is accurate for the comics. And unlike the Mace Windu pack, the Clones of the Republic pack, this is a 3.0 body, which just finally, that's one of my biggest issues with the other pack is like you're getting an already outdated clone trooper. Why?
Yeah.
This has a finite shelf life on my shelf at this point.
Yeah, 3.0 clone is a big
Yeah.
dub. It doesn't look like we're going to have a removable helmet because no promo pictures
I'm a little
showed
bummed.
it.
I'm a little bummed.
Yeah.
It could be cool if they surprised us that it has one and they're just keeping it under wraps for some reason. I would love it if it had the head underneath. This would be probably figure of the year for me, or like pack of the year, or something.
Pack of the year, yeah.
Pack of the year.
Well, that chair, Yoda's chair, and his...
Oh, so I didn't talk about Yoda because
We haven't even
Yoda's
gotten
the
to
best
Yoda
part.
yet. Prequel, we finally got a prequel Yoda. It's been
This
so
is
long since we've had a,
prequel?
like
He
can
looks perfect.
could
I
you
cried.
imagine, like, if you would have told us 5 years ago that one day they're going to reveal a Revenge of the Sith Darth Sidious and Yoda
Mm-hmm.
modeled off his look from Revenge of the Sith, which they explicitly said on
Yep.
the stream, and they were going to reveal those back to back, I would have just died of happiness. And
Yep.
like, look at
I
this
love
Yoda.
that
I got some
face.
real
Oh my
close-up pictures
God.
here.
That alternate head with the scowl and like
Looks
his
so
eyes are
good.
scrunched. Oh, it's so good. Oh,
And the chair.
And the
we don't
chair.
have to 3D print it. The chair looks so good.
the chair's perfect. I mean, honestly, I feel like that reaction gif, the Homelander one, where it's like perfect.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
just, yeah.
But look at this thing. I like how you pointed out it comes with 2 lightsabers, a hilt
Mhm.
and an ignited. You can see in the package here.
Yeah,
So we
this
don't have
is
to
what
worry
I
about
want for
swapping
all
it.
of it. This is what I want for every Black Series figure is a unignited solid one and then an ignited solid one, no removable blade on any of them.
Mm-hmm. That would help a lot of collector's issues.
Correct. Well, it would help with shelf dives. Yeah, you don't have to worry about it breaking if it doesn't have that weak point. It's that weak point that causes the breaking.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
pack
so-
might be like pack of the year so far. At least like
This
multi-pack of the year.
Yeah. This is Hasbro Pulse and Shop Disney exclusive. And the thing is, if it's anything like the Mace Windu pack, it's going to sell out very fast. This is my number one thing that I'm going to get.
If Mace Windu and a 2.0 clone sold out in the premium hour,
Yeah.
this is probably selling out. And if
So
there were
I'm-
people, I think Lukeness, Monster, friend of the show, was one of them who has premium and still didn't get a pre-order in
Yeah.
that first hour on Mace and the clone.
Is Wilbon one of those people too, or did he not have premium?
I don't know. Wilbon, if you're in here still.
Let us
Let
know.
us know.
But yeah, I I got it, like snapped it up, and then like as soon as I refreshed, it was already sold out. So this is my number on my roadmap. This is where I start, and because I have premium, I'm not even going to add anything else. I'm just going to pre-order this and go straight to checkout, and then go back and get my others. Because I
order 2 of them bad boys.
listen. I don't want to be part of the problem of over ordering, but yeah, I'll order 2.
All right.
I'll order 2 for my friends that might have missed one. I'll do that.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you get 2 and then, if I'm able to grab it, maybe somebody else can get it from you, or you can cancel that extra one. Because you were able to, somebody missed it and you sold them your second mace one, right? Didn't you get 2 of the mace?
No, I only got 1.
Oh, you only got 1. Did you cancel it, or what was the one that I thought you had an extra of? You ordered something that you had an extra of.
I ordered 2 of the Clone Trooper 2-pack from Target, but I still have the second one.
Yeah.
But I'm going to order 2 of these, and I'll have the second one available for obviously retail cost for like if people could like missed it or whatever. I'm hoping that they looked at the numbers for the Mace Windu one and they're upping them for this.
And they're like, yeah.
But also part of it is they're sharing this with Hasbro with Shop Disney and the Disney parks. And as far as I know, Disney hasn't released them yet. Like Disney hasn't sold them yet. So there's more of those Mace packs out there. We're just waiting for Disney to put them up for pre-order or put them in the parks or whatever. So the content is there. Like the numbers are there. And it's going to be the same for this because it's a shared exclusive. So I'm hoping this will be easily attainable.
Yeah, I think it's going to sell out, if I'm being honest.
Oh, there's no question this will sell out. If Mace Windu sold out, like a prequel Yoda with a chair and a Gree, even though it's not the Gree people want, I don't think that's going to matter.
This isn't the Gree I want, and it does not matter. Like on my shelf, it's not gonna register as Gree to me.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, that's the thing. It doesn't even have to be a Gree. It's just a clone trooper from that regiment, whatever number regiment he is, or battalion, or whatever.
Yeah. I think on the Battlefront 2 game, the modern Battlefront 2, the one that me and Wilbon play every now and then together, I think there's a clone that's just kind of a green stripe. I don't know if it's exactly like this, but I think there is a green. So in my head canon, it's just gonna be a another clone on the shelf. And I think for most people, it's probably gonna be like that. I'm not, a particular cloner. Well, I guess I'm kind of a cloner, but not as hard as some people go on the clones.
You have a whole shelf of clones.
Listen.
Hold on. I have a whole shelf of clones, but they're all different clones. You have a whole shelf of only one kind of clone.
True. We don't got to talk about that right now.
I like that little smile. I like that little smile on Yoda's face right there. He looks so content.
I love how we have one face, he's super happy. And then the other face, he's just like pissed off.
The other face, he just threw his lightsaber through a clone's chest, and he did.
Yeah. So I need 2 of these packs now, so I can.
Yeah, you do.
I can drill a hole through a 501st Trooper.
That's right. You have the extra 501st. You got to drill a hole through it. We talked about that.
I know. Maybe.
And you need to get an extra Obi-Wan.
Do you think they'll? So whenever they single release this Yoda eventually,
yeah.
Do you think it'll come with a chair? Because what else are they going to reveal or pack with that Yoda?
Yeah, I don't know, honestly. And that's the thing is, I don't mind paying like full price, like $25 for that Yoda extra head, his Gimmer stick. They called it a Geimer stick, and I'm pretty sure it's.
I know, yeah.
But the 2 lightsabers and his chair, like to me, that's a good amount of like plastic to pay $25 for.
So, Mike, we have a surprise. I just kind of last second reached out. I feel like I wanted to invite, just for a couple minutes on the show to give some thoughts. Lance Peter Luke is here.
Hey.
Lance Peter Luke.
I didn't know this was a surprise.
I didn't know about it, but I'm always welcome.
Up.
Hey, it's a surprise, but a welcome one for sure, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with that quote.
Oh, it's from a movie called...
maybe a Star Wars movie.
Starware.
Yeah, so
Oh, it's a
surprise,
new
Lance
movie. I don't know if
Luke
you've seen it.
drop
It's
in.
out in theaters right now.
You're gonna bait me with this figure that's full soft goods right when I pop onto the stream.
Of course. That's
This
why.
is gotcha journalism.
That's why you're here. We need your thoughts on the reveals so far.
Today was weird for me. I think they were great reveals, and I love seeing how happy they have made everyone. Personally, there wasn't anything for me other than the Enoch pack, I would say.
Which we haven't talked about because we haven't gotten that far.
Sorry. The Gree looks really cool.
I mean,
excited
it's
for
the next
Gree.
thing, so we can show it.
This Yoda's not it for me. I don't have any Black Series Yodas on display.
You have
Why
the
are
SH
even on
Figures
this
one, right?
podcast? You get out of
Yeah,
here.
and I hope that Figure Arts re-releases that one, which hopefully they will. They've been really going through all their grails and re-releasing them. I don't know if you guys are paying attention to the Discord at all, but or Figure Arts or for Out of the Basement, but Figure Arts just dropped that they're going to re-release Stormtrooper, Vader, C-3PO, and R2-D2
Oh, dang.
from A New Hope. But yeah, you guys know how I feel about soft goods. It just, I feel like it always feels like it's like two different toys put together, which is funny because I do a lot of kit bashing, but like it really kind of just like, I wish I could look past it and just enjoy it, because it totally makes sense for an action figure to have soft goods. But I was not fully prepared to be on the stream, but that's just kind of
What about that?
how
What
I
about
felt
that
about a lot of
plastic
these.
hood, though?
It's something.
It's so that's a nice way of saying he hates it.
It definitely
I love
takes
that.
it definitely gets rid of the worst part of soft goods on figures like this. It definitely fixes
So
that.
I
would you
agree with
rather
that.
this? Would you rather this be basically a traffic cone like this? There's no way of doing a figure like this all plastic rubber without it basically being a traffic cone. Like the old Power of the
I
Force
would-
2 ones they didn't even have legs. They didn't bother to sculpt legs. On
Yeah,
the figures.
I have the SH Figure Arts Palpatine from Return of the Jedi, and yeah, you can't do much with the legs. He doesn't do much with his legs. I mean, maybe I'll get him flipping over the desk.
That's my favorite
and-
scene.
It's one of those things where it's like there's always going to be a concession somewhere with the figure, and I would prefer articulation, or would prefer to lose articulation over aesthetics, because 99% of the time that you own the toy, it's just standing on your shelf. But I don't, like, if I were in charge of the Blacksters, I probably would have made the same call here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So like I can, it's like with my Endor Luke and Leia, it's like, yeah, they need soft goods ponchos because they come with a speeder bike in like the Heroes of Endor set, or like they're supposed to go on the speeder bike, so they need soft goods, and so I would pack soft goods with them. But then like on my shelf I have hard plastic ponchos.
So
They should have both.
Stand there.
While you're here, we have a Revenge of the Sith Sidious that was revealed in his outfit where he fought Yoda, and we have a Revenge of the Sith Yoda with a mean face. Is there any chances we can get like a Senate pod? Are you maybe working on one of those?
I think there's two really amazing models already out there that I don't think I can do better or do differently enough. There's the Senate pod from Charvy's 3D, and then
Charvy's has one.
And then Imprint Condition has the Senate, like the Palpatine center podium. And they both look great. Like I don't
they do
feel
look
like I'd
really
be
good.
I feel like I'd be copying, or like, I don't feel like I'd be adding anything, so I don't really have any interest in doing
that
those.
makes
But
sense.
I was watching the scene today and trying to figure out like what I could do specifically for these figures.
That's good to know. Luke's always on the prowl.
Always
for
cooking.
Always in the kitchen. Well, Luke, we thank you for popping in real quick, unplanned. I just wanted to get your thoughts on, especially some of these soft goods. I really like the Palpatine, but
Yeah, I mean, I will be getting the Palpatine. I don't think he's going to be on my shelf, but maybe. We'll
Where's
see.
it gonna be? Where's it gonna be?
In a bin with all my other figgies.
Oh no.
I think I was looking today and I was like, I could recognize it was a great stream. Personally, I think the only thing that's going to go on my shelf is Enoch, because I love but it's like I am very spoiled in the sense that I have like the Night Troopers that Frederick made for me, and I have the SH Figure Arts Maul, and the Figure Arts Yoda, and so
I'm
yeah,
surprised you don't have these already, because you get everything pretty far in advance anyways.
True. Well, how do you know I know? Just get you would know.
Oh, yes.
We would know. We better know.
You would know. And that's the worst part, is I'm probably gonna pay to get them early for YouTube, even though I don't even want them.
You gotta chase that clout. You gotta chase it.
The Yoda looks a little goofy on the chair. I was curious how they were gonna do that, and I don't think
goofy
they.
on a chair. You
look goofy.
Yoda looks perfect.
That's why my camera's off.
Little man.
I got my feet up on the desk right now. But it works. It was one of those things where I'm like, I can't imagine how they're gonna do it. That's not just having him look like that, and then it turns out he is just looking like that. The SH figure art. Zach, do you have the figure arts? Oh no, it was Nate that.
No,
does,
I think Nate just picked it up recently.
And
I think at this price point, it's probably as good as it can get.
Oh yeah, this for the price point. This is great. The SH figure arts has the base of the chair actually pops out. Mm-hmm. And his legs go underneath the chair, and then he has the robe sculpted around it, which I think could have worked for this if you just kind of like maybe if you position his robe a little bit, or like even if he sat down. So
he's basically
like
wearing the chair.
Yes.
Maybe he can just pop his legs off.
Yeah, or like if he had even if it like had a divot that went down like a centimeter, you'd be able to find like you'd be able to fill in or fit his legs in there. Do you feel like he's too short? Like, does he look like his legs?
No,
are
I
too
think
short?
he's perfect. I think that's his height.
Yeah.
I think because whenever you watch that scene where he's walking down the Jedi Temple hallway with Mace, he's like not even up to his shin almost. He's like really short. So,
okay.
Like he like goes up to his kneecap, I think, or something. Maybe not even that.
I've never been big on clones, but like all of the new 3.0 clones are so pretty. Like they're just so like every one of them. I'm like I want to look at that. I want to get those. Like this Gree looks amazing. And like every time I see the Ahsoka clone 2-pack, I want to get another one.
Yeah,
they're growing on me.
They're perfect.
Yeah. The map.
Well, thank you for hopping on. Thank you for sharing the stream on your Instagram story. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome for every single viewer.
Always welcome.
Just kidding.
Yep. Thank you, Luke, for everything.
Real quick, are you guys like addicted to the live streaming now? Are you gonna start doing
I saw your
podcasts
comment.
on YouTube?
No. We have people who pay $11.38 Star Wars. You know, like what's the word I'm trying to think of?
I'm one of them.
Like reference money to join us live. We can't do this every time, but we'd have to change up the Patreon,
just
and that's a lot of work.
Special times.
Times, yeah. Cool. May the 4th.
Well, I'm enjoying watching, and no, Ken Plume, I don't have Kiari Mundi, but I wish I did. All right, guys,
he's lying. He reviewed it before Hasbro even like revealed it. He's just waiting for it to drop so he can do it. All right, Luke, thank you so much.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.
How dare you surprise me with Luke? That's
what a surprise.
It's a terrible surprise.
Awful. I thought it was an amazing surprise. That's my Christmas present to you this year. Having Luke randomly pop on.
Can I return it?
Yeah, you can return it if you can get Dane Larson to pop on.
I probably could, but
that's the return.
At this point, I'd just be flexing. So let's talk about Enoch.
That's true. Let's jump into Enoch. What an amazing looking 2-pack. The new box style is so good. This is kind of why I wanted that Palpatine on the new packaging, because look at that artwork behind the figure. They could have done something really cool with the Palpatine.
It looks so good.
Even the mural's still there. This is a beautiful set here.
Yeah, I'm so excited for this 2-pack. Now, this is Walmart exclusive, and it goes up for sale at 10 a.m. in the morning. Which is 7 a.m. my time. Which
yeah, that's Eastern time, 10 a.m.
That's Eastern time.
You got to wake up.
No, the other ones, like the rest of it goes on up live at 10 a.m. for me, which is easy, no problem. But 7 in the morning? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's rough. And, sometimes Walmart doesn't even post it at the right
true.
time. So you might wake up and might be sitting there for a while.
Yeah, it might have gone live at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. like it has before and sold out already by the time I'm up and ready to go for the proper pre-order time.
Yep.
But yeah, so Enoch looks fantastic. They've got the Kintsugi sculpting in there with the cracks and whatnot. I love the ribbon sculpted around on the other trooper.
Mm-hmm.
They nailed it.
Here's a nice close-up of Enoch. And unfortunately, the decals aren't even on the figure.
I'm
hopefully
hoping that's just an issue with that. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully that's like a prototype issue. We'll see how that works out on the figure. I'm I want to go back to see some TVC figure if that's like that as well. Maybe because maybe they nailed it. Because I know, do they have that one in hand yet, or is that still on pre-order?
No,
for
I don't
TVC
think it's
people?
come out yet. Yeah.
But yeah, Enoch looks great. The Night Trooper looks great. I love how they said on the Night Trooper that obviously they used the 2020 Stormtrooper base, but they sculpted in all the ribbons. I was really curious how they were going to do that, if it was going to be retooling
same.
that, or
Yeah.
if they were going to do like cheap wraps around it that would be fall off after a year or whatever. But it looks like they absolutely crushed it. And that helmet, look at that helmet. That is so
The
pretty.
helmet looks so good. Yeah, they did a fantastic job with these, where they use the 2020 body, but there's so much new there that it almost isn't. Also at the same time,
yeah.
you know. Yeah.
Yeah, this is really cool. Look at that zombie pose, that middle
Love
left
it.
one.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I want those troopers that have the like the jaw popping out because the helmet's broken in the front. Hopefully we get some of those
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Enoch. They nailed Enoch. I think at least in this lighting, the gold paint really shines. So hopefully, whenever it hits the shelf, it's the same one. But yeah, this is gonna be a. Where's this one exclusive? Oh yeah, we already said Walmart exclusive, 10 a.m. Eastern time.
So this is gonna go up supposedly with the Mercenary Balin, which is also a Walmart exclusive. So if you haven't gotten a Balin and you want to get a too short Balin, but this time he comes with a cloak, you can also do that at 10 a.m. tomorrow on Walmart.com. So this is obviously, I'm going to pre-order this first because it goes up for pre-order first, just chronologically. So I'm definitely going to pre-order this in the morning and then go back to sleep and then wake up at. Actually, I won't go back to sleep because we have breakfast with my in-laws at 9 a.m., which is only like I might as well just stay up at that point.
Yeah, true. I love the gold on the blaster too. They pointed it out on the stream. The gold
looks good.
accents on the blaster look really awesome.
Yep.
Do you think they'll release this Night Trooper solo pack, or would you rather them just stick with like keep this one locked behind the 2-pack and then release different variants of the helmet?
I would want a different Night Trooper variant.
Same.
Like there's so many different variants out there, whereas this it's kind of a specific one. Like I wouldn't want them all to have that helmet. So I would want different versions of the Night Troopers. So if they want to make an army builder version or like a deluxe one with different body parts you could swap out, like different helmets or something, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, and hopefully if they make another Night Trooper, they have different ribbon, so you can actually just buy multiple and swap the heads, so that makes 4 of them, and you can kind of multiply them like that. By putting each helmet on, like Luke points out here. Sure. Because that episode was pretty awesome, in my opinion, and I think it's a really cool concept with the Night Sisters bringing them back, and that's just such a cool set. And, you know, I love multi-packs. I know, Mike, you like multi-packs too. I think visually, multi-packs are really awesome. Excuse me. I'm so glad they're back in the Black Series. It seemed like so long went by where we weren't getting any multi-packs. It was just kind of
we went for a long time
standard
with
releases.
none. So now, now that we've talked about this, just this year, we've got. I'm gonna read this off. We've got the Clone Ahsoka 2-pack. We've got the Super Battle Droid C-3PO 2-pack. We've got the Clone Trooper and Battle Droid Army Builder pack. We've got the Clones of the Republic pack, and then this Yoda and Commander 2-pack. We have that Gaming Greats Jedi.
The Survivor 3-pack.
Yeah, it's not Jedi Survivor. It's the other one. It's the Jedi Fallen Order 3-pack. We've got the R5D4 and Pit Droid pack, and we've got the Masters of Evil pack. That's 8. Then we've got the Duel of the Fates 3-pack we saw today. That's 9, and then the Last Command 4-pack. That's 10 multi-packs that we've seen and confirmed. And then in the pipeline, there's the IG-12, which is kind of a multi-pack because it's going to have like Inzelans and all that stuff in there. The Jedi Survivor Droid 3-pack. And that's it. So there's 2 more. Oh, no. And then the Rebel Fleet.
From today.
The ones from today. Yeah. So that's 4 or 3 multi-packs just in in the pipeline. So we have a lot of multi-packs this year for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you said, I think I heard you say Last Command 4-pack, but the chat doesn't think you did. I heard
Well, it's because
I
I hadn't gotten there. That was the last one I said, the Last Command 4-pack, yeah.
Yeah, multi-packs are back in the Black Series. It's like stronger than ever, too, and I like it. It's an easy way for Hasbro to make more money, and for collectors like me who, I kind of like keeping multi-packs in the box and maybe picking up a second one if it's cool enough, or just waiting for a single release to buy it again. You know, I think it's great for collectors. But yeah, definitely getting this. I'm in on pretty much everything they revealed. I don't think there's a single thing
I'm in on everything today.
Getting, you know, so big W stream.
The only thing I'm not in on is the Balin Skull pre-order tomorrow, but that wasn't revealed.
It's so funny how they slid that in real quick.
They
were like, also, you can pre-order
in.
that. You can pre-order that at 10 a.m. tomorrow if you want. All right, moving on.
Yeah. I'm not in on that, but I'll be in on everything else.
There's no way.
Yeah.
So
my roadmap is obviously this first. And then as soon as 10 a.m. hits, I'm getting that Gree 2-pack and checking out just to make sure I've got it. Because I don't want it disappearing while I'm still trying to order other stuff. Then I'm going back in and getting 2 Battle Droids and a Sidious.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm checking out there, and then I'm hopping over to GameStop.com and snagging that 3-pack. So that's the order in which I am pre-ordering things for maximum efficiency.
Smart. So yeah, I think this is probably going to be the easiest. Like this is.
I don't think the GameStop would be an issue at all to get. And even here's the thing: even if it sells out for some reason on their website, you can still go to GameStop physical stores and pre-order it.
Mm-hmm. And they said Pulse too, so I wonder if it's going to be both because that's kind of happened also.
That happens with other things. I'm not saying it's 100% won't happen, but
has it happened with
to
GameStop,
To my knowledge, they've never done that with Star Wars before. They've done it with Transformers. They've done it with G.I. Joe. And they've done it with some other lines, like Marvel Legends even, where if it's a store exclusive, they'll put a small amount up on Hasbro Pulse. But Star Wars, they just haven't done it yet. So I think it's unlikely, but it's still a possibility for sure.
We have exactly 100 people in here right now, which is pretty awesome
crazy.
For a May the 4th stream for us.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Now we need 100 of you all to sign up for the Patreon and join us live every other week while we record the normal podcast. So let's jump into pipelines revealed.
Yep. Let's
see here.
Profit. We don't know exactly how much. The press release says it's $74.99. But we did that. They've been wrong on prices before, so we'll see.
Yeah. Well, what's the GameStop recently, or I guess last year, upped the minimum for free shipping? What's the minimum right now? Is it 80?
I have no idea. I haven't pre-ordered anything from GameStop in a long time.
Somebody in the chat let me know. I haven't ordered from GameStop in a long time either. But I know they upped the free. It used to be like 50, I think, and now I think they upped it. If it's
Apparently
75, I'm gonna be.
If it's 75, $74.99 won't hit it.
No, it won't. So you gotta. I hope it's $79.99. Upcharge me a little more, Hasbro. Let me get that free shipping. So Wilbon's saying the Enoch 2-pack is $45 per yak face. Yeah, because the PR email says it's
the PR said $49.
$50. Yeah, $49.99. Well, Dankchaz is saying $59 plus for GameStop. I guess we'll see. We're gonna play the.
I'll just order 2 and then return 1 to GameStop.
Smart.
That's what I'll do.
So let's jump into the pipeline reveals.
Yes.
Big W
Yes,
on the
sir.
pipeline reveals. First up, we have the Rebel Fleet and Stormtrooper 2-pack. And this is another one of those cookie cutter army builder 2-packs, just like the Clone Trooper and Battle Droid. I think this is really cool. It's just a way to get that Rebel Fleet Trooper out into line again. Hopefully, we get a different face. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, we got a question. We got a question from Jayhawk.
Hey, Jayhawk, the picks were comparison picks. So the pinned one was the old one that he was comparing to the new one.
Yeah, I'll slide back real quick just to cover that. I did 2 pictures of comparing the 2013 original release on the left to the 2024, the brand new one that we're getting. I just wanted to, and there's one with the soft goods and the rubber cloak on the old one. I just wanted to have a comparison on the podcast. But here's a picture of both of them that we got. So there we go.
Yep.
Back to the pipeline.
All right, back to the pipeline. Yeah, so we're getting a Stormtrooper, Rebel Fleet Trooper 2-pack. It's obviously going to be in the same style box as the Clone Trooper Battle Droid.
The little TVC size box, the retro size box. It seems like.
I haven't gotten mine in yet, but I've seen pictures of people that have. It's a small box, which I think is great. I think
Nate
it's awesome.
sent that in the group chat, I was like, that looks like a TVC pack. That's crazy
it does.
small. It's like half the size of a regular.
It's very small, and it's all PFP. So everything inside is in little bags because they obviously wanted to make these inexpensively just to get them out at a lower price point, which I'm fine with, honestly.
Yeah. And it finally seems like Hasbro's gotten to like, all right, what's the best thing we can do for collectors and make easy money?
Yeah.
And it seems like they've really hit like a good balance right now, I feel like, with what's going to make us money easily and what are collectors going to enjoy. And the easy clone, like these 2-packs, like the Clone Trooper and Battle Droid 2-pack and this 2-pack, the Fleet Trooper and Stormtrooper. It's just so easy money. Collectors love it. I'm hoping we have a different face, though, than the current one, because I have 3 Rebel Fleet Troopers getting mowed down by Darth Vader on a Tantive 4 display.
Yes,
and it's the same guy getting cooked.
So I'm really curious to see if this is going to be different or if it's going to be the same guy we have already. I would assume it's just going to be the same one we have already, honestly, probably without the Death Star plan accessory.
Yeah, it'll probably just be the standard blaster, and then.
But like you said, I'm still gonna get one because like
Mm-hmm.
there were a bunch. The scene is just a bunch of white dudes getting mowed down in goofy hats.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the scene. They're wearing weird vests, goofy hats, and they all pretty much look the same anyway. So they don't have to have different faces, really. They're just gonna get mowed down or mowed down by Vader. So I'm good with it. Yeah. But I'm really excited for it, and that's going to be a Pulse Disney exclusive, pretty much just like the current one is the Clone
and
Trooper
Battle Droid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So real quick, what are some other things they could do similar to this? Because it seems like it's going to be a thing now.
Yeah.
Let's see, if we're doing 2 troopers, what else could they do? They could do maybe like
an Endor Trooper and a. I mean, they could do a Hawk Trooper and a Snow Trooper.
Scout Trooper and an Endor Trooper.
They could do an Endor Trooper and a Scout Trooper for sure. Although that would have to be deluxe, I guess.
Yeah,
maybe they could do it differently so it doesn't have camo pants and they don't have to paint them or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. They like a solid brown or something that fits.
Yeah. They could do sequel trilogy if they wanted. Just get like a First Order Stormtrooper and like a Resistance Trooper, I guess. I don't know why they would, but they could.
We
definitely
Geonosis.
Phase 1 clone and a Geonosis would be a really good one. Absolutely.
Oh, here we go. X-Wing pilot and TIE pilot.
Ooh,
that's really,
that would be cool.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Yep.
Ewok and Scout. That makes sense.
Yep. That would be a good one too.
We got some good comments in here. Let's see. Zooboy brings up, some of the ones we've said. Yeah, those are all good options. That's an interesting.
Din Djarin in a Super Battle Droid.
Yeah.
Have him kick him. Just keep kicking him. I don't care what anyone says. Like I know people don't like that episode because it had Jack Black and Lizzo in it, but I loved the scenes where they're basically doing
the
droid CSI. Yeah, and then he's just kicking a Super Battle Droid trying to piss it off. I love it. I love it.
It's really neat. So hopefully they do something to differentiate that Rebel Fleet Trooper from the one we currently have. But if not, it's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah. I'm still buying it.
Yeah. But the biggest pipeline, in my opinion, are these next 2. Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia from A New Hope. These figures are so trash in the Black Series. So it is long overdue that we've gotten an update on these 2 figures. These are 2 of the most iconic Star Wars characters. And the fact that they were 2 of the worst Black Series figures, like ever, of all time, it's long overdue for an update. And remember, I think on the Wilbon's Cantina or last podcast, I can't remember, I said after we get a new Anakin, a new Luke Skywalker and his iconic farm boy
They heard
Tatooine
that.
look.
They heard that.
That's-
And they're like,
and here
a
we go.
new
We're
Luke,
getting
you
it.
say. A new Luke, you say. They don't care about
So-
Anakin. A new Luke?
So I said Luke one time and it gets revealed, but I've said a new Anakin unlimited times, and it's nowhere to be seen. But this is such a big upgrade. Mike, how do you feel about these two pipelines?
Obviously it's one of those things. Until I see it, it's hard to make a definitive judgment because all we've seen now is a name and a picture from the movie. I hope that they do it justice. I hope that they just really nail it. It comes with everything it needs. I hope it doesn't have terrible, soft goods like the original one does. I want them to make these the best Black Series figures they've made to date. I want these to be contenders for top 10. I'm happy that they're coming.
I agree.
And also now I want them to redo Han Solo. I want them to take another crack at Chewbacca. Like redo those original figures in updated styling, because these are just the classic OT figures,
Yeah, I think let's see, maybe they'll both be the A-list. Well, I think whenever they pipelined that Darth Vader, because they pipelined Archive way before that international one, but they specifically say
they said it was a repack.
It's A-list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't know if they. I don't know if they used the word A-list because I'm pretty sure the first time we heard that phrase was Yak Face, but they did say it was going to be like a refresh, just getting it back in line. They specifically said that with Paz Vizsla, where they're like, "Oh, we just need to get it back in the line," So, as far as I understood, this was going to be new versions of these figures.
Yeah, I thought because I'm pretty sure whenever she revealed these, I forget that woman's name. She's been on a couple of the streams now, but she's really good at her job. The lady who, does most of the talking these days.
Priya, I think is her name.
Priya, yeah, I think that's right. She's really good at it. I think she said refresh, and refresh. Did she say retooled or refresh? I can't remember.
Oh, now I want to go back and rewatch it, but I'll do it after the stream.
Yeah,
I'm just going to acknowledge the fact that I hope these are new. Apparently, there's a chance they're just if it's a refresh, it's going to be the same figure.
Yeah.
So if it's
she said updates.
If it's updates, that means there's going to be new stuff on there.
Yeah, I'm hoping we have a sculpted torso on Luke. Please get rid of the soft goods on Luke. It's so bad. And Leia, I don't know what they could do. I feel like they would want it to be all soft goods. But maybe they can do it better. Maybe they'll do it similar to how they did this Palpatine. They'll have a plastic hood on Leia and then soft goods underneath. We shall see.
We'll see. Yeah, there's only one way to find out, and that's just to do nothing until they.
Mike, did you do something in the comments here?
I did.
Tell me what that comment said after the chat, because I didn't
I will.
See it.
No, it's just the guy that kept asking if we are going to go to the Limp Bizkit tour. He asked it like 8 times, and I'm just like,
Mike's banning people in the chat, so you better be careful. All right, so the last pipeline we got was kind of out of left field. This is like the last thing I was expecting. But we got Dagon from Jedi Survivor, the villain with one arm.
I would not have expected this. I honestly would have thought Marin before Dagon. I'm not complaining that it's Dagon because I like Dagon. I do wonder. He famously only has one arm, but there's a fight you have where he has like a force arm.
Mm-hmm.
I
forgot about the force arm, like a translucent arm.
Yeah, I was wondering if they're going to give him like a translucent arm, or like maybe one is an accessory that kind of clips on or something. Like that would be cool if they did that.
That would be pretty neat.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's interesting to think about. I'm excited to see that one. And did you catch before they pipeline these? Chris said, I don't know if he was talking about the TVC pipelines or these pipelines, but he said these are going to be a while before they're revealed. So be patient. We're finding when to. So I'm kind of thinking this might be sitting there as long as Din Djarin did, or
it could be
Mundi.
I mean, it could. I think it's very likely because we're going to have, we already have a lot revealed basically for the end of the year. And then we're also obviously going to have some Skeleton Crew stuff coming out because that airs, I think, in August or September or something like that. So I think the docket's pretty full just in terms of how many figures they can get out with their resources. Obviously, I'm not privy to all that, but it makes sense. You only have so much like production space to make toys and ship toys. Like you can't just do everything all at once. That's not how it works. So I think he probably could have said that because that's just how far we're getting out with stuff that they can talk to us about. Because it could be that some stuff just is stuff they can't talk to us about.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so hopefully we see some more Acolyte stuff and more Skeleton Crew soon. But big W on the pipelines today. It kind of put a nice bow on the stream.
Yep.
But TVC got a new Anakin Skywalker. Of course, they got one before we did.
Monkey Paw Anakin. You're like, I want Anakin. They're like, okay, Zach, here's your Anakin.
Yeah, like they gave us a Phantom Menace Anakin. Now TVC gets a new Anakin. At least it's the live action Clone Wars look, and it's not that. If it were the episode 3 look, I'd be salty. I'd be ranting on the podcast. But because I feel like we're gonna get that one too, like for sure. And I know we're getting a new Anakin eventually. But I was hoping it would be today. I was really excited. I thought today was gonna be the day because it's May the 4th. He's been in a lot of shows lately. Like now is the time. But I guess SDCC.
I
that's
think
the next one.
The next big event is going to be San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So I think they might have some reveals before then. Obviously, they have like one-off reveals every once in a while. But I think Comic-Con we'll probably see stuff like that.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to see the Darth Maul today, to be honest with you. That was a complete surprise.
That was random. I figured we'd see some really cool stuff for May the 4th, but
sure.
Like I kind of wouldn't have been surprised if we saw the single pack Darth Maul since we've already seen his knee on the mural. But a 3-pack was just so random. Yeah. So let's do a quick pipeline update. So of course we have these 4 now. And then let me pull up my pipeline tracker so I can give the exact dates of when the other ones were revealed. So we have, these were pipelined on January 23rd of 2024. Mm-hmm. So the ones I'm about to list off are now the oldest pipelines.
Yep.
Because Sidious was pipelined on October 28th of last year. So remaining in the pipeline, we have IG-12 Grogu and Anzellan 3-pack. We have the Jedi Survivor 3-pack. The Droids one has a B1 Super Battle Droid and a Magna Guard. Going to be an Amazon exclusive.
I'm excited for that one.
Yep. And then, so everything else from that pipeline was revealed already. And then from the Imperial March fan stream, today they revealed Enoch and agree with Yoda. But we still have Deidre, Imperial Armored Commando, and the Ahsoka Tano from Peridia. And those were revealed or pipelined on March 20th of 2024. So not too long ago. And then, of course, the ones from today, the Rebel Fleet Trooper and Stormtrooper 2-pack, Luke, Leia, and Dagon. So there it is. That's all the reveals from today. What a stream it was. Big W, Black Series.
I give it a... could they have revealed more? Sure. But I think from what we got as a Black Series collector and a general fan of Star Wars... I don't have any complaints for today's reveals.
I would go.
And I don't understand. Yeah, A+, easily A+. I do think I was talking with the friend of the show, Dan Larson, while the stream was happening, and man, they just like Emily's great, Pri is great, Chris sucks. He's just not good on camera. He's so nervous. You could tell he doesn't feel comfortable in front of the camera. Like he should not be there. He is not the right person. They need people in front of the camera.
They need to get Eric back on camera. Where's my boy Eric?
Is fine. Emily's great. Eric is great. Even Jing, when she's there, is great. And I don't know where Jing is.
I don't want Jing on. Jing is good, but I don't want her on there anymore because she shut Eric up when he was trying to give us some stuff. So keep her off the stream.
Or was it planned?
But look, if Eric wants to give us some detail on a figure, I don't care if they're just pipelining it. Let him give us some detail on the figure.
Let him cook.
Let him cook, and they just don't. They have Eric strapped in a chair, making sure he doesn't reveal anything.
That's what's happening. He's the Tom Holland of the Black Series team.
So it would be neat if they did do reveals tomorrow and like the next day, because remember
that's
that
what
one
they
time,
usually do, right?
remember we had a Darth Maul revealed like the day after a big stream last
No,
year,
it was
2
Darth
years
Vader.
ago?
It was Darth Vader.
Was it? I feel like there was a Maul like a year and a half
No,
ago, like a year ago.
No, well, it was the last live stream that they just did. They had a live stream, revealed stuff, and then the day after revealed like the hologram, the holocron Darth Vader, which was weird because like why didn't they just reveal it on the same day? Because they were doing some kind of weird. They were doing that the Empire State Building thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
they did it with a Darth
the
Maul
Master
too.
3-pack. It was the 3-pack that they also did that with.
Yeah. So I think there is a chance we could get.
Yeah. Okay. So 5's and Old Master revealed the days after their respective streams. So yeah, sometimes they do just reveal something like the day after. Even today, they revealed that 3-pack before the live stream officially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think there's a pretty decent chance that tomorrow on May the 4th and maybe even Revenge of the 5th or 6th
we could get
or whatever.
More. Yeah,
we could get more. So
if there's more, we're not going to record more. Just so you know, we're going to save it for the next episode.
Yeah, we'll save it for the next one. We have a lot of.
That's the downside of recording the main episode live like this.
Yeah, and I did want to go ahead and share. Let me share my screen because I want to share what Yakface just posted while we've been live. Let me click on that page. Yeah, this is the Walmart order screen, I guess, and it says $44.97, so not $49.99, like the PR email says.
Which makes sense. Honest, I mean, $49.99 is like a normal price. That's what 2 figures would be. But they've been doing it recently, where they're like $5 less than that. So I'm happy that it's $44.99.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. Cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And then something did just pop up on my Instagram. I want to go to it real quick. Of course, it's not going to load. There we go.
Of course, it's not going to load.
So this is what people in the chat were talking about earlier. I guess Luke brought it up. Let me share my screen again. So I guess SH Figuarts revealed some re-releases. I don't know if these re-releases are new. Somebody will have to let me know. But like, there's a Stormtrooper, a Vader. This C-3PO I might have to get because of how shiny and chrome it is. Everything else I'm good on. Like, I don't need this R2.
You mean this C-3PO right here? This SH Figuarts C-3PO right here? This one? This
yeah,
C-3PO?
that one. Yeah, that one. I'm gonna have to get
right
this
here?
one because how good it is.
It's pretty good. I have it. He's all right.
How's he scale? Is it?
He scales well. He's a little taller, I think, but I think the C-3PO we have is honestly a little too short.
Oh, good. Yeah, because C-3PO is supposed to be a little lanky, I feel like. Yeah. But yeah, nice reflective. Yeah, I'm down. I think I'm gonna get that one. So somebody in the chat is saying, let's see. Adams Customs is saying that Vader is new, which is interesting. I don't really follow the SH Figuarts Vaders too much, but it is a good looking Vader. The cape looks nice, and the under tunic looks really nice, and the helmet looks pretty good. So
that looks fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with the Black Series Vader. So I think they're really good.
That's the thing, is it looks good, but does it look like $100 good? And the answer for me on that is, if there's a Black Series version that's halfway decent, for me, the answer is always going to be no. Like, I didn't buy this C-3PO. Someone sent me this C-3PO.
Mm-hmm.
And they sent me the C-3PO and the R2 to kind of go with it. And I'm glad I have them. But it was never a point to where I'd be like, I want to get those. Like, the Black Series ones are fine. Because I just don't want to drop that much money. Like, $100, that's... Right now, at $25, that's 4 Black Series figures. It's just a lot.
Yeah. So, something I forgot to bring up on the Stormtrooper and Fleet Commander 2-pack. I hope we get a holster on that Stormtrooper. That'd be a nice little addition.
Same. I want the updated 2020, but I want a holster for it.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. And then honestly, we talked about this, I think, on the Wilbon Cantina as well, but I don't know why they haven't given us an Han Solo and Luke Skywalker Stormtrooper disguise.
Yeah.
Like that's a no-brainer as well. It's right there.
Mm-hmm. I'd be in on it for sure.
Oh yeah, because we definitely need it on the updated body. That old Stormtrooper body is just awful, terrible.
Yeah, I have those sitting in my trash compactor 3D print. So it does its job, but I would easily replace them with the updated 2020 body and new heads, all day, every day.
Yeah.
So how come after all of these amazing things are revealed, some people just have to remind you that they didn't like the sequels and they have to comment? You notice how they didn't reveal any sequel stuff because those movies suck and they don't want to lose money? First of all, did I ask? Did I ask you? And then whenever I reply saying, did I ask you? You reply, stay in your lane. Like you didn't just come on my page
weird comment. Yeah.
and comment on my video, but you're telling me to stay in my lane. Yeah, that was funny. And
that was a weird comment.
You popped in there.
I just told him to go touch grass. Because it's weird. Like I said, it's so weird where he specifically was like, I want to go be upset about something. Like he's consciously making the decision to just go be upset. Like he can't just enjoy something. He sees a nice sunny day with like a couple clouds and this nice breeze and everyone's having a good time. And he's like, well, I'm going to just take a dump right here so everyone can see. Why not? Just it's so weird how obsessed some people are with things they don't like, whether it's the sequel series, whether it's literally anything else. They're just like, I don't like this, and I want everyone to know it, and I want them to also not like it.
Yeah, it's just such a weird obsession. Like, okay, if you don't like whatever show or movie, like I get it, that's your prerogative, that's your opinion.
Sure.
Do what you want to do.
I'm not saying you have to like it.
Yeah,
absolutely not.
You don't have to like it. You don't have to like everything. You don't have to like anything. But whenever like we have the beautiful Darth Sidious Black Series figure reveal that's been on most people's top 10 wish lists for
we had
a decade
an objectively good day. We had an good stream.
An amazing Black Series day. And then the first thing you think about to comment is the sequels suck. They didn't do any sequel figures because they don't want to lose money.
It's like, so out of left field.
Like, where does that come from? Can you, like, how about you comment and say, wow, that's like most people, like 99% of the people who commented on those videos and those posts, wow, that Sidious is awesome. I kind of wish we would have got some Kotar stuff, but these reveals are so cool. Like, stuff like that, like normal stuff, but some people just pop in there like, sequels suck.
I mean, first of all, they specifically said this year they're focusing on prequels. Like, that's the thing. Maybe next year they'll focus on sequels. Who knows? Next year is the 10th anniversary of The Force Awakens. Like they could do that.
Honestly, next year if they go harder on Force Awakens than Revenge of the Sith, I'm quitting the line. It's done. I'm done.
Well, the thing is, they just said prequels, not specifically Revenge of the Sith. And I will say we've gotten so many prequel stuff. Even the non-prequel stuff like Ahsoka was still a prequel. Because it's still 2 clone troopers.
Yeah.
Like everything I've bought this year from Black Series, with the exception of this droid right here, has been
which is new media.
Which is new media. So we have this droid, which honestly could easily fit in on any time frame because it's an R4 droid.
Oh, yeah.
It could be prequels. It could be OT. It could be sequels. It could be new media. This can go anywhere. But we got Anakin, we got Padme, we got 2 clones, we got a Clone Wars Mace and another clone, we got a C-3PO and a Super Battle Droid. Like, it's all prequel stuff this year, and I'm fine with it. Like bring it on. But like when next year if they do sequel stuff, you know what? If you don't like it, just be happy that you're saving money, and then you can support whatever Haslab they're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. Man Mountain 275. No, this was a guy on my TikTok that deleted his comment after me and Mike.
No.
replies
Yeah,
a couple
absolutely
times.
not. We're specifically talking about someone else. Unless you're that guy.
Unless you're that guy, I don't know what
Unless
your
you're
socials
specifically
are.
that guy. And if you are, hey man, how's it going? Let's have a conversation about being positive. I guess.
Or let's not. Or let's
Or not. I don't know.
or just ban. If you're that guy,
Yeah.
I'm banning you. So real quick.
No, he deleted his
before-
comment as far as I know.
Oh, did he?
But yeah, I just don't understand how someone can look at this at today and be like, that was awful. Everything was a repaint. I didn't like it. Like, how? How? First of all, not everything. Most stuff wasn't a repaint or a repack. There was some, sure. The Qui-Gon and the Obi-Wan, yeah. Darth Sidious, mostly new. Darth Maul, all new. Super Battle Droid, well, technically a repack. This is the first time people can buy it by itself, and it has a different paint deco, and it's a great figure. So and people want the single pack. Like, it's something people have wanted since the 2-pack was announced. So a win. The Yoda, while probably a lot of reuse from the one that came with the Luke, the Dagobah Luke. I don't. It's giving me another thumbs up. Like,
do the
that's
fireworks.
still-
You got fireworks
I would
for the W stream?
I would still say that that's new. You know, there's just so much new there that focusing on what's not and just saying that the whole thing was a waste, terrible. No, we're having a rave.
We're having a rave now. That's beautiful. So real quick, while Mike's having a rave, before we jump into some discussion topics, I did want to give another quick plug to our Patreon. If you enjoyed joining us live for this podcast, which we are not done, we have a lot more to talk about. So don't go anywhere. If you want to join us on Patreon, we have multiple tiers for every budget. We have just a general support $2 tier, a $5 tier, and up for every financial level. If you want to support us and listen to every podcast live, we appreciate it. You can hit that link and join. Also, you can subscribe at any tier, and you can still listen to audio podcasts if you want to subscribe on any podcasting app. That would be great. Also, a big shout out to Hilsey, who's in the chat. He upped his membership from the Cantina Alien to the band member tier. So he's going to be joining us live going forward. So shout out Chris Hill. So last episode, we rebooted our Black Series Cantina Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And Mike, I was going to reach out to you to decide what we were going to make number 2, but I kind of thought I liked bantering about choosing the figure like on the podcast rather than predetermining it. So last week or last episode, the inaugural Black Series Hall of Fame, we went with the Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader.
Yep.
We felt like that was a perfect number 1.
Yep.
So I'm going to be sharing these every time we do a podcast and decide, and then it's going to be on my story, and then I have like a special thing where you can go through and look at each one back to back to back. So what do we make number 2? I know.
Well, so the rule is that it has to be out for over a year. Like, it has to have been out for
it has to be
longer than
at
a
least
year.
on the shelves for a year. So it has to be something that's fermented on the shelves a little bit, and we've had hands-on time with it.
Because I'm going to be honest, I really want to say the 3.0 Clone Trooper.
It's too soon.
It's too soon. That's what I'm saying. It's too soon.
Like
it's too soon. It's too soon.
This is a low blow right here. This is a low blow.
Oh,
Sebastian,
that's not cool, dude.
That's a low blow, Sebastian. That's 2020 Stormtrooper makes sense if we wanted to follow it right behind Vader.
A 2020 Stormtrooper is definitely an option. That was one of my first thought was 2020 Stormtrooper, and then I'm like, oh wait, the 3.0 Clone Trooper is better than that. But I would say that's on the list.
Clone Wars.
I'm gonna say the Clone Wars Kenobi, Gamorrean Guard.
Those are.
I'm just looking.
Zooboy says Hoth Rebel Soldier.
That was also, I'm looking over at my shelf over there. That's also
Doc Onder. No,
I'm
that's
not
like
say Doc
we got more important
that's
stuff.
That's also on the
first,
cusp of being too early. I want to get some
and
stuff
the fact that there's a more
power.
Desirable one coming out.
Correct.
You know, it kind of. I don't think it's ever going to make it really.
So my thought is never OG Sand Trooper, never OG Sand Trooper. Clone Wars
hard
Kenobi.
To put it in at this point. Because how outdated it is.
Yeah, it's so outdated. I'm gonna say Clone Wars Kenobi, And for the people listening, that's not the general Kenobi. That figure is awful. This is specifically the 2008 Clone Wars Kenobi that was a Target exclusive. Or the 2020 Stormy.
So down to those. I mean, all those are a great option. Let's do so. I think I'm feeling Game Guard.
Game Guard.
Is that what you?
I mean, I love the Game Guard.
That was one of your two
Game
picks,
Guard's
right?
Great. That was one of my. It was one of my 3 picks. That's one of the ones I said at first. But when I narrowed it down, I didn't say it.
Oh,
but
what was
but
your
you know
two,
what?
then?
No,
what was your two? What was your two?
No,
I meant to
no,
say
no,
one of your
no.
two. I thought that was one of your two.
No, sir. You said Game Guard. I said Game Guard.
Okay.
Game Guard it is.
The Gamorrean Guard is
Gamorrean
number 2.
Guard. It's such a good figure.
I have it right
the
here,
amount of
right?
paint detail, the real fur underwear that he has, the articulated jaw, just the amount of thickness that he has, the multitude of weapons where he's just so easily army built, and you can have them all carrying something different.
Look at the paint wash on that.
I love the paint wash, the beefy legs, the multiple layers of just detail on it. If you have not picked up a Gamorrean Guard at this point, you have been doing yourself a gigantic disservice, because it is easily one of the absolute best figures in the line.
Brighten this up a little bit. Get
there
that light.
Go. There you go.
Beautiful. Yeah, I think this is perfect for definitely an early entry into the Hall of Fame.
I think so. This
even on the axe. Look at the paint on the tip of the axe. That brown.
Oh, all the weapons are painted super, super well.
Yep.
And again, I love the skirt, the furry underwear. I love the proportions. The paint on it is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
This was a gem of a 2018 release.
Look at the head, the horns, and everything up in there.
So this was released. It was originally a Target exclusive. Then it was re-released to a general release in the same box sometime around 2020, 2021. And then just last year, it was released as part of the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. So there's been a couple different releases. You can probably still find it for around $40, which I think its original retail price was $30, $35. I think it was $30.
Yeah, you know,
but if you can get it from...
One of the funniest things of all time about Black Series, in my opinion, is whenever they re-released that Gamorrean Guard on the card, Target had it on clearance before pre-orders even shipped, which was insane.
They did. It was crazy.
Which is really absurd.
It's at this point, it's a 6-year-old figure, and it's, other than the older style knees with the double joints and stuff, like, it still feels really good. Like, could it have had butterfly joints? Sure, but I don't think it would gain anything.
Yeah, I feel like I probably don't. It'd be it's on the bottom of the list of updates we need for it. It's like probably one of the few that I don't.
For sure.
Like that, Greedo.
Yeah. And honestly, nothing made me more upset than when people were mad that it was a tier for the Rancor. Like, of course the Rancor comes with the Gamorrean Guard. First of all,
and it's
the
such
Gamorrean
a good figure.
Guard is a great figure. It was a deluxe figure, and the one that came with the Rancor was going to have a Power of the Force 2 coin, or the Power of the Force coin, which by themselves sell for so much money.
Mm-hmm.
You could have gotten so much money back just selling that stupid coin, but it looked great on that Power of the Force card as well. I would have kept that on the card had I bought it. Gamorrean Guard.
Yeah, I have 2 Game Guards, Mac. I have them on this 3D print display, like guarding. I have a Luke walking in the door on the right side, and 2 of them stopping him.
I've got 2. They're over here hanging out with Jabba. They're hard to see. There's one right there, and then there's one on the other side right here.
Yeah, and I love how he comes with 2 axes, so you can have you can differentiate them a little bit, which is really awesome.
Or you can give your excess axes to Chris Anton.
I did that. Yep. Which he's up there holding both of them on a magic riser right now, which you can barely see. But this is one of the reasons I wanted to bring back the Hall of Fame and actually continue to do it, because it gives us a chance it gives us a chance to talk about older
Mm-hmm.
figures that, because we focus so much on what's coming out, and we're always looking at the horizon. You know, we're all Luke
Mm-hmm.
Skywalker in Black Series. We're always looking at what's on the horizon coming. So it's a nice way to look back in the catalog of what we have, so yeah, so that's Hall of Fame number 2. So we have Empire Strikes Back, Darth Vader, and the Gamorrean Guard, which I think that's a pretty solid first 2. That's about
I
as
think
good
it's
as
a
it gets
solid
right
pick for sure. Yeah.
there. Next up, I think the only thing we really have left to talk about is the Bad Batch. So
The Rad Batch, Brad Batch, Bad Batch.
yeah, so full spoilers for Bad
Full
Batch going ahead.
spoilers.
Finale,
Yes.
all the works.
Everything. If you haven't watched it or caught up and you don't want spoilers, this is your warning, because this is when we're going to talk about it. The season 3 as a whole, and then also the series as a whole, since it is done.
So I gotta say, we're jumping right in here. I was a little worried about the story getting a little small at the end, because I was, I think on this podcast we've talked about, I was kind of hoping we were leading to like a big clone rebellion and lead into a show maybe with clones versus the Empire, which still could happen. You never know. But I was kind of hoping we would see that in the Bad Batch. But man, was I wrong. I think it narrowing down to a small Bad Batch focused story was the best thing for this show. And I know I said on this podcast a couple times, I was hoping they would have a run-in with Darth Vader. As cool as that would be, I think it honestly might have distracted us from like what really mattered in the finale. And we got to see so many small moments that showed how they built as a team all the way from their start. Because that scene right at the very end where Hunter says, Crosshair, you can make the shot. And then I think Crosshair is like, when do I know when to do it? And he says, like, just wait for Omega's signal. And there was no communication between Hunter and Omega other than just like an eye contact and a little nod. And he knew that she was going to stab him and then raise her hand, and then Crosshair could hit the shot to set her free from the chain links. So all those little things. And whenever Crosshair said Clone Force 99 died with Tech, like, we're not that team
I hurt
anymore.
inside. I hurt inside when he said that.
Yeah, like, we're not that team anymore. It was so emotional and so like focused, and a lot of times with, and I know I'm kind of ranting here, so I'll let you go in a minute, but a lot of like whenever we have these like children on shows, it's a little out there, you know, as far as like believability of what they can do. But with Omega, I feel like everything she does is 100% like valid, and she has earned because she's not doing anything super crazy, you know, but she's been training with the Bad Batch for years at this point. And so I feel like everything was earned in the finale. All those filler episodes in season 2 were worth it leading up to this end.
Well, that's the whole point of filler episodes.
Yeah, you get to know them. You get to spend time with the characters.
Yeah.
They absolutely nailed this finale. Hemlock is such a menacing villain. I'll let you go now. I'll give you the floor.
Sure. I mean, I agree, and I think a lot of it comes down to expectations versus execution. Like, I feel like Clone Wars was so it revolved around the fate of the galaxy and connecting, you know, 2 movies together and showing what happened to those, and then we get basically a direct sequel of that from Clone Wars, and the thing is, the connecting parts are mostly on the Bad Batch side, so they could still do a movie or a show that continues on from Bad Batch, and they only have to connect it from that show side. Like, they don't have to connect it. They don't have to leave breadcrumbs in Bad Batch to connect to something else. Although I feel like they kind of did. But
yeah, and they have that Tales of series. They could do a Tales of the Bad Batch or Tales of the Clones or something.
Yeah, they could do a future season of that. But I think what people weren't expecting was the Bad Batch was such a show about characters and relationships. It wasn't a story. It wasn't a show about like an overall galaxy-wide like problem they're having to solve or whatever. Like, they wanted to know what happens with the clones. Like, how do we deal with the clones? Where do the clones go? What happens? How is the Empire going to treat them? How are the people going to treat them? Like, it comes down to specifically how those clones are dealing with it, which makes it very much a clone-centered story, which is impressive because there's not a lot. Like, they're not that different, But I care about them. I care about them all.
Yeah, and they even tied it in with Project Necromancer, which was brought up at the Shadow Council in Mandalorian.
Yep.
Which is a nice tie-in, and since that involves clones, like, we got a big story, but it was so tightly focused around Omega and the Bad Batch that I think it blended perfectly.
Sure, and they used it as a vehicle to kind of flesh out stuff, and that's how Star Wars has always been. Like, Star Wars is, I would say, 80% retconning. Like, whatever comes next retcons what came before to make it make more sense. That happened in Empire Strikes Back with Anakin Skywalker being Darth Vader. That happened in Return of the Jedi with Princess Leia being Luke's sister. None of those things, there was no grand plan where all of those were the plan from the beginning. And if you believe that, you're fooling yourself. The prequel trilogy, every movie that came after, retcon, everything retcons, because that's how George Lucas writes stuff. That's how he creates stuff. They hone it in and change stuff as they get there. There was never an overarching, even the prequels weren't solid and nailed down when they were filming them and writing them.
Yeah,
and
literally
stuff like
the only thing he knew he had to get to was the Anakin and
was
Obi-Wan
the
fight,
end.
and he
That's
had
it.
no idea.
Yeah, that's
because
it.
Because in that documentary,
yeah,
you remember it's that clip where he's like standing. There's like he's in an office or he's like walking around his house or whatever. But he's like, I just gotta. Day one of writing the new Star Wars movie, Episode 1. Now I need a story. So he has no idea. There's your like again.
There's my like again. I want to turn that off.
Like, he has no idea even like starting writing it.
Right. So and that's what they're doing with the sequel trilogies. They used Bad Batch as a vehicle to flesh out moving up to the sequel trilogy, because one of the issues is we were basically thrown into the story and we don't know anything about what's going on around it. We're just accepting what we see on screen. And that was easier to do when there was less lore overall back in the OT, even to an extent back in the prequels. Like, there was still so much we didn't know about that time frame. But the opposite's not true for the sequel trilogy, where we do know a lot about the stuff that led up to it, but there's still a 30-year gap, so they're going to use content like this to flesh that out. That's just how it is. The Clone Wars did the same thing for the prequel trilogy. It fleshed out so many problems and issues and holes with the Clone Wars, talking about, Sifo Dyas. No one knew who Sifo Dyas was when he was name dropped in Attack of the Clones. They just name dropped this guy like, oh yeah, he commissioned the clones. How? When? I don't know. He just did. Just accept it and move on, So that's the nature of the beast. That's how this is. So I love that they use Bad Batch to do that. But also, someone said in chat, it was like Clone Wars and Rebels put together, and I completely agree, where it had the fun adventures and fight and kind of feel of Clone Wars, but it had the connectiveness and characters of a solid group like Rebels did. Because by the end of Rebels, I loved those Rebels, the Ghost Crew, as characters so much. Like, they had a bunch of random adventures, and there wasn't not adventures, but it was about those people. And the same thing with Bad Batch is, they have adventures, and it's a little bit more prequel related adventures, but I cared about Tech and Echo and Hunter and Crosshair. And I love the fact that Crosshair, even when he wasn't on the team, he never stopped being on the team, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, they nailed it. I think whenever Tarkin came in, and earlier in the season, whenever he was talking to Hemlock, and Hemlock kind of gave him the cold shoulder whenever Tarkin was kind of trying to get some information off of Hemlock, and Hemlock said, no, this is secret. Like, this is very important to the Emperor, and this is classified. He didn't give him any information, and you can kind of tell Tarkin didn't like that in their conversation. He kind of, his facial expressions and the words he said. So then whenever he came in at the end now, he was like, Yeah, end this project. Put all the
Yeah,
funding.
he didn't
toward
like that he
Project
wasn't part of it.
Stardust.
Yeah, he hated that
Yeah.
he wasn't part of whatever Necromancer was, and he hated like Hemlock was a rival to him specifically. So that was cool, and I love Jimmy Simpson as Hemlock was just mwah. The end there when he got shot off that bridge. It was so satisfying.
Yeah, and
to
talk
see
about
that.
like figures we need from season 3. Hemlock is right up there at the top of the list.
Yeah.
And a season 3 Omega is amazing.
Oh, for sure. Both versions of season 3 Omega, honestly. Can we talk about Scorch for a second?
Apparently he's alive.
No, he's not. He's
Did
dead.
you see the video though? Did you see
Where?
on the internet?
What video?
All right.
There are people upset, like just irrationally upset that he got gunned down.
So
And I'm over here. I was so happy when he got shot off the bridge too.
So he got shot off the bridge. He got a couple
Sure.
shots put in him.
Yeah.
And then people noticed after that, whenever Tarkin shows up, there's a shot of a commando that has yellow and gray armor that's lined up exactly where Scorch is. And he's like
No.
standing on a thing.
No,
so people
he's
think that's
dead.
him, that he made it out.
No, he's way dead. Scorch is toast.
Look, I think
Scorch-
he's dead too, but that's what
He's
if
dead.
you go on Reddit, people found the
No,
video clip.
those are people that are clinging to hope.
But it's yellow and gray. It's literally like it looks just like his armor. So
Could be an animation error. I don't know. I mean, fine. If
I mean,
that's
it
true,
could, yeah.
yeah.
It
don't
is
think
Star
so.
Wars. Like Darth
Yeah.
Maul lived by getting cut in half.
True. No, you're
happens.
absolutely right. Which also means Hemlock could live somehow. Like all of that is true. But man, after season 2 of him stunning Omega, I wanted him dead. I wanted him gone. I hated Scorch.
I wonder what happened to the rest of the commando.
Yeah, well, you know what's interesting about Scorch, because I got into a conversation about him today with someone randomly on Twitter, and they're like, I said I was happy Scorch died, and he's like, well, what about Crosshair? Crosshair killed a bunch of people when he was serving the Empire. I'm like, yeah, and like the guy like got tortured both physically and mentally. He lost a hand. He lost all of his confidence for a long time. Like, he wasn't having a happy time. But the thing is, if he died, I would have been okay with it, because like of all the clones that should have died, he's probably the one that should have died the most.
Yeah.
But it's a weird whataboutism. But at the same time, Scorch is what Crosshair would be if Crosshair hadn't like broken his programming. Where Scorch was still like Scorch.
He was so
knowingly-
loyal to the Empire.
He was
yeah.
so loyal, and it wasn't like he didn't know what was going on. He was in on capturing kids. He knew that they were keeping kids as
Yeah, he was
experiments.
in the
and
vault,
He
yeah.
was in the vaults. Like he
He's
knew
cold-blooded
all
killer.
about that. He was Mas Amida. Like Mas Amida was Palpatine's right hand person. Like he knew that Palpatine was a Sith Lord. Like you don't get to be Palpatine's right hand person and not know that Palpatine's a Sith Lord. That like he's not blameless.
Well, it's funny whenever whenever Palpatine wears that really bright red robe that has the Sith sigils down in front of it. It's like you're wearing these robes like in front of the Senate with all these Sith sigils, and people just like don't care at all.
Nope.
But we have another surprise.
I see him
We
sitting
have another surprise. I wanted to talk about Bad Batch. I wanted to bring on our deluxe VIP for a couple minutes, just real quick. I figured since we brought on Luke, we could bring on Wilbon real quick. Wilbon, you have 5 minutes, and I'm looking at the clock.
Oh, I have 5 good minutes.
And,
All right.
and go.
So I got fine additions today.
5 minutes over.
Damn. All right. See you guys later.
So, what are your thoughts on today's reveals?
So I
I'll actually
love.
bring up the slideshow again.
I love pretty much everything that was revealed today. I'm at least throwing down pre-orders on everything, but I may or may not cancel one or two.
It doesn't cost anything to pre-order.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I did for all the Acolyte figures. Yeah. I just went ahead and pre-ordered them, and I may or may not keep those pre-orders.
Absolutely. You can make that decision later. Tomorrow isn't expensive. The future is expensive, but tomorrow doesn't cost anything.
Tomorrow's free.
Right. Tomorrow's free. That's future Wilbon's problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, tell Courtney to go make some extra cash or something and take over it.
She needs a side hustle too, right?
Is she on OnlyFans?
Oh my god.
No.
Are you on OnlyFans?
I'd sub to Wilbon's OnlyFans.
Yeah,
sure.
Only for Mike and Zach which I'm
bears?
the super VIP.
What do you think about the Sidious?
I think it's fantastic.
I saw you said it's automatically a Hall of Famer, right?
That's what. It's a first ballot Hall of Famer. You don't even have to.
I agree. No.
You don't even have to get it in hand. We just know. I mean, it looks fantastic. Like everything about it. The Force lightning hands, the lightsaber, the hood. Like the fact that we don't have to worry about the hood looking stupid. Like
it's
right out
of
the box. Yeah,
it's a relief,
man. Messing with that other Palpatine's hood can be a pain sometimes to make it look right, to make it not look like it's pointy.
Yeah, I actually, I think I super glued mine down onto the shoulders so it stays pretty low.
That's what I did with one of my customs that I did recently. It was like the base for it was the Tatooine Boba Fett with like the big hood thing. That hood is way too big, and so I had to like glue the sides down, and it makes it look a lot better. But
whenever
I think this is the way to go.
Whenever I randomly sent you the link, did you have to rush over to your laptop or whatever?
I ran down to my computer. I was like, because we were both watching this together. I was like, oh, they want me on the show. I gotta go.
Real
I'm
quick,
needed. My people need me.
3-pack.
I've been summoned.
3-pack thoughts.
So this is the one where I'm like iffy about. And initially when it was first revealed, I was like, oh, I really want this for the new mall. But my wife, Courtney, said, you already have 2 out of these 3 figures. Wait for the single release. You could just get Jedi robes from something else. And I was like,
but
you're right though.
But what if the single release doesn't include these badass soft goods on that mall?
That's the caveat is like, will the single release include the robes for mall? And I'm like, oh, damn it.
I'm just saying it doesn't cost anything to cancel a pre-order.
Yeah. So I might pre-order it
before that one's revealed, but I wouldn't doubt if that's revealed pretty soon. You know, we've already seen the mural.
And Mike said something earlier, which I think is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go physically pre-order this at a local GameStop, and because you can put $5 down on to do a pre-order, and it will come to your store. That doesn't mean you necessarily have to get it. I could go pick it up when the store gets it in, look at it in my hands, and say, "Do I want this or not?" So that might be the play.
You have 1 minute left, and I'm looking at the clock. What else can we talk about?
Super Battle Droid, I'm getting 3. The 3? Yoda, yeah, I'm getting 3 of those bad boys.
Do you prefer the clean one over the sandy one?
Yeah, for for army building, for sure.
Yeah,
Ken's got a good point. Cad Bane had a different head on the
That's true. Release. That's true.
If it has a different face, I'll have to get both.
Yeah, I bet he'll come with like a grin or something on the single release.
Oh man, that'd be so cool.
That would be awesome. In that case, I want the single release.
Because in the fight, they do an up close on his face, and he has like a smile, like you see his teeth.
That creepy smile with those yellow teeth. Yeah.
All right. What about the? How do you think about Yoda on the chair?
I think it looks fine. I think for it being a $50 2-pack, that's fine.
That figure, 45. It's gonna be 45. The other one was 45. This is 45.
I think this will be 50 because it has the chair.
The direct comparison.
I hope it's 45.
The direct comparison would be to that Figure Arts Yoda, and that's like $100-something figure. And this is for the price. I think this gets the job done, and it looks good enough to me. I know my standards are not as high as Lance Peter Luke's for this sort of thing, but I have a makeshift Empire Strikes Back Yoda as my prequel Yoda right now, So this is an upgrade enough for me where I'm super into it.
Yeah, I did that for the longest time with the original Yoda release. I gave it the row and the lightsaber, and he's as tall as an Jawa.
Yeah.
So real quick, Captain Enoch and Night Trooper, how you feeling about this 2-pack?
I think it looks great. I didn't notice the logos being off center until you mentioned it, and now I'm like, oh, I don't like that. I can't unsee it now. I mean, I'm still gonna get it because I think Enoch looks super cool, but like that Night Trooper and the sculpting and the paint on that helmet.
The helmet right here.
That looks so good.
All right, and real quick, pipelines. How you feel about this stuff?
I'm pissed that I have the Farm Boy Figure Arts Luke now. I'm gonna just.
Didn't you buy that like last week?
Just throw it
literally last week.
Just throw it in the garbage. Straight.
I might as well. It has that dumb golden hair. It's gonna go in a box as soon as this comes out. I mean, that's going back in the box.
Nate from Out of the Basement bought the SHF Yoda with chair, and then like the next week they announced this one, and then you bought the Luke, and they announced this one. So somebody needs to go buy the SHF Anakin.
Go buy the Zoo Boy or somebody go buy the SHF Anakin.
Yeah. So, but are you in on all 4 of these, or are you out on any of them?
I'm gonna buy 2 of those Rebel Fleet and Stormtrooper 2-packs, and I'm in on the rest of those, except maybe the Luke Skywalker because I have the Figure Arts one.
Yeah, I dig it. All right, well, your time's over like by 2 minutes now, so thanks for joining.
Damn. Thanks for having me, guys.
Bye. Stupid Wilbon. Stupid sexy Wilbon.
I have an option to ban from studio here. That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? But don't.
I kicked him, though. I guess I could have just left him in the green room, but poor Wilbon. Well, I think.
Are we done talking about Bad Batch? Overall, I liked it. It wasn't exactly what I wanted it to be, I think, but I'm happy with what we got. Like, it probably won't. I won't rewatch it like I will Rebels or even some seasons of Clone Wars. But I still really liked it, and the animation was gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there wasn't one, like there's certain episodes of both series of Rebels and Clone Wars where I'm like, oh yeah, like this 4-episode arc is like just awesome, or this 2-part episode of Rebels is just great. Like there weren't any of those from Bad Batch that just kind of stood out, where it's like this right here is like, they're all good, but none of them were like incredible, you know?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think overall Bad Batch was a very solid story that kind of took the best parts of Clone Wars and Rebels and kind of meshed it into one. But Clone Wars, there's still arcs like the Umbara arc,
even the Siege of
Siege of Mandalore.
Siege of Mandalore. That's movie quality. I'd watch those episodes in a movie.
One of the best arcs is whenever they're invading Geonosis and they're attacking on the gunships. The way that's shot is so cinematic. It's one of the most incredible animation things you'll see. I wish I could remember the episodes or the name of the arc. Yeah. But they're invading Geonosis, and it's incredible.
Ken says start watching the premiere again. I guarantee it will hook you for. I just did a rewatch, actually. I did a rewatch when season 3 started, as I watched the first 2 seasons before it, so I was fresh.
Honestly,
and I agree. I blew through it, and it was enjoyable, but I just can't think of any. Like, the first episode's great, and it almost is a movie on its own.
I was about to say that I think the opening episode, that 2-parter where it's Order 66, essentially, like the tail end of Order 66.
Yeah.
And we see Palpatine addressing the Senate and all that or whatever, and or addressing the clones or something.
Yeah.
That's probably the most rewatchable, like if you just want to go rewatch something that connects to everything else, that's probably the one for me. And I did want to bring up before I forget, the finale was missing one thing. I feel like it would have been even better if we had something with the Emperor and seeing his how upset he is at Nala Se destroying the cloning technology. And that's another great plot that was in the finale. Nala Se essentially banned the Empire from getting the cloning technology. Like, that's a great Camino story arc there.
Sure.
and the way she went out and Rampart and the sacrifice she made for that. But I feel like we're one scene away from it being like a 10 out of 10, and I feel like it was an emperor getting the news and showing his
some kind of epilogue scene. Yeah,
he doesn't even have to say any dialogue.
Yeah.
It just had to be like one of those. And we've had it in the Bad Batch before, where he just stares at the camera with those yellow eyes with the hood, just something like that, and just shows how pissed off he is about that.
Or he could like force lightning the messenger or something like that.
Right.
I mean, something. I agree. That would have been interesting. And at first, I was honestly a little bummed that like no one like died, but then I thought about it, and I was kind of happy that they had a happy ending. Like I feel like they deserve it. They kind of had a shitty take, like this being born for war and then being tossed away.
I think they did a good job because we expected somebody to die, so they kind of just played the reverse of that. And because ever since the beginning of this episode,
they were banking on it for sure. Yeah.
They were hinting at Crosshair dying, and they were hinting at Wrecker dying.
Yeah, I was so
Wrecker.
worried for Wrecker the whole time.
But they all made it out, so it was kind of just doing the unexpected because everybody expected someone to die.
I was actually really happy that Tech, like, there's all those rumors that like that one guy was going to be Tech secretly.
Thank God he didn't come back.
I was so glad, especially when they speared him through the chest. I was like, I'm so glad that's not Tech. I can't lose him twice.
Yeah, it would have cheapened that scene.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah,
if he would have came back, in my opinion, anyways.
Yeah. So overall, good, not great, but good, and definitely worth a watch, and maybe even a rewatch now that it's done. And when I do my rewatches, like I'll happily rewatch Bad Batch.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say of the three animated, like big animated, because I'm not counting Resistance. I still haven't watched Resistance, but like for me, it's Rebels, Clone Wars, and then Bad Batch. In that order. Rebels for me because it has. It's not as long, and there are more consistent highs in that show, whereas Clone Wars overall has a lot of really, really big highs, probably higher highs than Rebels has.
I think,
but there's
Clone
so
Wars
many
peaks
lows
and valleys.
Yeah, peaks and valleys too much. Yeah, where you can choose certain sections, and then I like that more than Rebels. But there are so many sections where it's like, oh my God, this is a slog to get through.
Yeah, Clone Wars has a lot more episodes that I will never watch again. Like, Rebels has episodes I'll probably never see again, but not as many. Like, not nearly as many. Obviously, just 'cause it's not as long.
That's something that was kind of weird. Like, Sid just disappears.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nothing happens with Sid.
Yeah, that would have been satisfying.
She betrays him at the end of season 2. We never see her. I don't think in season 3.
They mentioned her. The Empire mentioned her, or a bounty hunter. I think one of the bounty hunters mentioned her. They said they got some information from a Trandoshan. It might have been Fennec Shand that mentioned a Trandoshan or one of those bounty hunters. But yeah, they never showed her, but they did bring her up that one time. So yeah, screw her.
I actually like the droids episodes. I know a lot of people don't, but I kind of do.
Oh, is that the Meeber Gascon?
Yeah,
that we're talking about?
Yeah. Where they give all the astromech droids like superpowers, kind of like where they get like one special thing. But like it ends with like that ship going like full of fuel that's gonna blow up the space station, and they have to like save it. Like I thought that was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wilbon's right. I'm a sicko. Like I know that's not a popular series of episodes to like. I get it.
This is what I forgot to bring up. Tomorrow we got Tales of the Empire. I am so excited. I am so excited for Tales of the Empire tomorrow. I'm ready to see animated Darth Vader pop in. I want to see that Inquisitor story. I'm more excited about the Inquisitor story than I am Morgan's story, but I'm still excited about that. But the Inquisitor story has me really intrigued.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see what happens with Barriss Offee, however you say her name. Like, she's been a character since the end of season 5 of Clone Wars. We're like, where is she? Did she survive Order 66? Is she still in a jail cell? Did she turn into an Inquisitor? Like, we just didn't know. She just disappeared. So I'm very interested in finding out her story.
Is it weird that I feel like I get more excited about the animated stuff than I do live action stuff lately? Like, I was really excited for Kenobi and I was really excited for Ahsoka, but whenever we have animated stuff that, like Tales of the Jedi and Tales of the Empire specifically, that's the stuff I feel like I get really, really excited about lately.
I mean, I'm pretty excited for all Star Wars, honestly.
Yeah,
I will say,
I just feel like I'm kind of like, I'm like not hyped for Acolyte. Like, I'm excited to watch it, but
sure,
it's not something I'm like actively looking forward to. You know, it's just kind of gonna pop up when it comes.
I think that could change. Like some of them, like The Mandalorian, were you hyped for that when it started?
I was looking forward to Mandalorian, but not nearly as much as season 2 because season 1 was so good. You know,
exactly. So it's one of those things you don't really have a connection to it. Whereas like Obi-Wan, you have a connection to Obi-Wan. For all even Ahsoka,
that's a good point.
There was like a connection and expectations for what could be in that, even to an extent, the Book of Boba Fett. But the Acolyte, we've never seen this era of Star Wars before. We don't know any of these characters. It could be by the end of the first season, we're like, I don't care about the Acolyte. But it could also be like, oh man, that was great. Like by episode 3, we could be hyped as all get out for the next episode. You know?
Yeah. And I think with Mandalorian, I was a little nervous it being the first live action Star Wars show.
Sure.
Then I was hyped for it.
Sure.
But then that first episode hit and it's like, okay, looks like it's going to be really good. And it's paid off so far.
For sure. I'll be honest, the first episode, like I liked it, but I didn't love it. I thought the music was weird. And like, I felt it was kind of slow. But now when I go back and rewatch it, I'm like, oh, I dig this. I dig all of this. Like, I love the music now. But like, it took me a little bit to kind of get into it.
And that episode, and I've said it before on the podcast, that's probably the biggest pop culture Star Wars event since I Am Your Father.
Oh, sure.
Was the Grogu that popped up at the end.
The
that
child,
was
the baby Yoda. Yeah.
Because literally the entire world and the entire internet, like, was obsessed with baby Yoda, you know, whenever they called him that. So that was cool to be a part of, you know, that era. Now we all call him Grogu, little Grogu. And we have 10 or so Black Series figures.
Oh man, remember when it was such a big deal to get a Black Series Grogu and everyone was clamoring for it?
The little box.
And now everyone's like, oh, another Grogu. Like,
you know,
it's funny how easy it is to kill hype for something like that.
Yeah. You know, whenever I can't remember if you had left the Wilbon's Cantina or not, but he has a sealed miniature,
I saw
the red
it.
box
I was there for that.
Grogu, like the little. I kind of want
on
one
his
now.
desk. Yeah,
yeah. I kind of want a little sealed Grogu. That's a pretty neat red box there. But well, do you have anything else you wanted to talk about before we jumped off the podcast?
No, I'm just, you know what? I'm happy that overall, I'm just gonna focus on. I liked it, and it was a good day, and I'm not gonna let the poo-pooers get me down. I'm too excited to get what we get. I'm looking forward to pre-ordering it tomorrow. I'm looking forward to watching Tales of the Empire tomorrow. I'm in a really good spot. I'm even making, you know, YouTube videos again, which is something I just wasn't feeling for a while. So I'm having a good time.
We're all happy you're back in the YouTube groove.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it's easy to get burnt out on, and it's a lot of work. So if you're not feeling it, that work feels worse. So I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, so everybody be sure you sub to Mike Case on YouTube for all of his latest Black Series reviews and future Black Series reviews. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Instagram is Black Series Cantina, and TikTok is at the Star Wars Black Series. Join our Facebook group, Black Series Cantina, on Facebook. That's a great group. I promise everybody will have a great time in there. Please, if you like joining us live, join the Patreon. You'll have access to join us every time we record a podcast. If this is your first time listening to us talk about Black Series and you enjoyed this conversation, we do this every other Thursday night. Sometimes we change the day depending on special occasions like this.
Like today.
But we don't go live for the public. We go live for Patreon members. So subscribe to us on any podcasting platform, and you can have us on the go anytime you like.
If you want to see us, you can wait a year. I do make our old videos a year old. I make them live for people to watch. So if you're subbed to us on YouTube, that you're watching this on right now, and you see a video go live, it's probably from a year ago.
Yep. So yeah, we only use YouTube as a hosting platform for, the podcast, and then we post them on YouTube a year later, and for people who on Patreon and watch us live and watch.
Yeah, Patreon you can watch it the day of basically. I put it, as soon as we're done, I basically put it straight up. So.
Yep. And we have merch. Mike has a very fancy hoodie on. I have the old hoodie on right now. We have mugs. We have pint glasses. We have. Stickers,
I never finished my second glass of milk, and now it's been sitting out for 3 hours.
Yeah, I was like,
it's been sitting out
for
for 3 hours.
In.
I don't want to check this mug that's been sitting here for 3 hours.
Best $5 Grievous Zombie spins.
Yeah, Grievous Zombie. I dig that.
That's awesome. Follow us on Twitter at TBS Cantina. Join the Facebook group, like I mentioned, Black Series Cantina. Email us, blackseriescantina@gmail.com. If you email us, we will read it on the podcast going forward. I think we have one we're going to read.
We have one.
We had a lot to talk about this podcast, so we'll do that next episode. So that's something we can start doing going forward. And Grand Moff Tony says, I'll take all the positive Black Series content I can get. If you want more Black Series content,
positive
Black Series content.
I mean, we're critical and we need to be, but we're never
we're fair.
Overtly negative. Yeah, we're fair. We don't love everything, but we're not bitter about anything.
Yeah, I feel like we give good constructive criticism. I feel.
Yeah.
If you want more Black Series reveals for May the 4th content this weekend, Out of the Basement, Lazy Sunday live stream, 2 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. Central. I think that's the time. And then Wilbon is having his live stream on Monday night. So everybody go sub to Wilbon, sub to Out of the Basement. Go sub to Lane Speeder Luke. Thanks for those guys to popping in on the show. Well, I think that's going to do it. Let's, Mike, I'm going to cue you up for a bye.
Okay.
I have waited a long time for this moment.
My green little friend. Why did it cut off there? It's weird.
Well, I didn't want there to be too much music.
I get it. Yeah, so. I get it. No, I get it. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Bye.